Hi everybody, Nick here with Mochi, alongside Mochi here again for the semifinals, the second semifinal of the Ultimate Backgammon Championship Contender Tournament, is that what we're calling it? Yeah, I think I got it right. We got Thomas Christensen and Michi coming up after a really interesting semifinals earlier today.
Yeah.
Hideaki got off to a bad 0-2 start in the first match, lost the PR and the match, then was able to turn it around, win the PR in the match and the overall PR to move on, and was it was pretty close getting into even the second day for him too, I think. He got a PR wildcard at 2.74, and those 10th place spots were 2.79, right?
Yeah.
Really tight margins in this tournament. Good job to him. Michihito, the winner of the tiebreaker to get into the second day now, right? Into the semifinals now, playing against Thomas Christensen, who I think came through. What was his final 2-day PR? Do you know? It was low. I think it might have been
Thomas?
Yeah.
I don't know, but maybe low 3 or below 3. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. I feel like it might have been lower, even like around the 2.5 mark or something like that. I thought he was way down there. Got to look at all those stats again too. But yeah. But it should be a super great matchup. Excited to see this one.
Yeah, people talk about this match. They might think this could be the lowest PR matchup for UBC. So,
Yeah.
Let's see.
Exciting stuff. Yeah.
But the other things I want to note is that his time management, Thomas Christiansen, he's very known for bad time management.
Yeah.
Very often he run down below 1 minute. So if it's gonna happen again in this match, it could hurt PR, but it seems like his style already.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is one of the things that we are excited to see.
I agree. He's a real cool customer about it though too. I mean, we interviewed him and talked to him, and he seemed to say, there's a lot of almost luck for him in whether or not he gets a real difficult decision in the first game. Because if he does, he's going to spend the time. He doesn't want to risk that whole first game kind of rust, right? So he'll spend the clock time if he has to, but then, he might not make his best decisions after that with limited clock time, but he's still a strong player, and he's not going to lose on time or anything like that.
I wouldn't say he's going to lose on time.
Yeah.
But of course, even the good players need some time to make a decision.
Yeah.
And if you comes down below 1 minute, you don't have that some time.
Certainly. It looks like our competitors are sitting down at the board and getting ready to go pretty soon here. Really excited for this matchup, of course. How does Michi do on time? Does he ever get into clock trouble anymore?
I think his time management is usually pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah. Well, there's our opening comments for you. I think we're going to do a short commercial break here before we actually get the match started, but we'll be back in a couple minutes here with Michi and Thomas Christensen. This is going to be a great match. Okay, we're still we're setting up that commercial still. What else? There we go.
Creature comforts when we're cold. A cocoon to culling cuddle folds. When the creatures cover up our shoulders, enveloped we sensitive fingers green, like the perfect mother I'd ever seen. Creature comforts when we're cold, a cocoon to curling cuddle folds, and when the crease sheets cover up our shoulders, enveloped, we almost forget to breathe.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome back, everybody. I didn't know you were a TV commercial star.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
I saw my face.
That's exciting. Alongside all the chess championships and everything that go here too. But here we go, cutting to the board and straight into the action. And Thomas is going to open.
All right, standard opening roll.
Yep. I never know what to do with the last two when I've ever already come down here, but I think this is pretty standard, right? Yep. A little bit for everybody. Michi with the best 3-point board to start. And the 4 is not great here. How safe do we need to be? I guess I don't see a not safe option, really.
Yeah, you gotta play safe at 8
Yeah.
to 4. You,
Yeah.
you don't need to give in any blots here.
Yeah. This is really awkward for Thomas early, though. I mean, you can see how much he doesn't like it. I think maybe newer players are happy to put a spare on the 4, thinking that they can build the 3 and the 2 still from there. But it's really just a misplaced checker. You need everything aimed at the 5 and the bar here, and you don't like to do it, but lack of options in this situation for sure. Not even that big of an error to put it on the 7 instead, you can see here with plus. That's really interesting. And Michi's getting the natural rolls. He's going to leave a direct 6, but really great structure, and as long as he's missed, he's going to have a dominating position. Ooh, double 6s are going to turn it around
Look
now.
at this, double 6 against double 6s.
Yeah. Links up to make the 5 too, no big deal.
This is
There we go, and just
Super
like
joker.
that. Yeah.
double 3.
And Thomas is still going to have some trouble escaping that last back checker. Otherwise, pretty dominating roll for him. What's the most Michi can do with these 3s here?
This is interesting.
Yeah.
One option,
This
one,
looks like
is-
2 of them for sure. Yep. And now he's just going to come in and try to attack that back checker. Okay, that seems pretty natural.
So far, both plays
Great
0,
continuing roll for Thomas too.
3, 5.
Yep. And with a fan here now, I think he's still got too much work to do, but a lot of gammon potential here. What do you think? We don't know.
No, definitely time to think about the cube.
Yeah. But no direct escape though. There's a lot of play for Michi. He must have a clear take, I would think.
Yeah,
But
my gut feeling is no double.
Yeah.
Thomas needs to roll ace or deuce before he makes a double or make the 8 point.
And it's frustrating because he's likely going to lose his market when he does that, right? But I think it's just,
Michi can just enter. Say Thomas rolls some ace or deuce, then Michi enters with ace or deuce. Then it's still a big take. So I don't think it's a double here.
Yeah.
But it's definitely time to think.
Right.
And I wouldn't be surprised if it's really a double, actually. But in personal opinion, I think it's,
And he's going to send,
Oh,
and it's a
okay.
sizable no double too. Okay. Yeah. Wow, very interesting. Those are really challenging cubes too. Like we were
6-1.
saying, see, this is a big market loser. He's got to hop the prime, of course, right? But I mean, if Michi doesn't perform here, this is just, I mean, we're almost.
Yeah, this
I
is a
guess-
market loser.
Yeah.
This is
Huge market
the
loser.
sequence.
Yeah.
He rolled an ace and dance. But this doesn't happen too often. That's the problem.
Right, the full escape for sure, yeah. But you can see it wasn't too big of an error. There's obviously a lot of volatility on that roll. So, yeah, this is interesting. It seems so like the simple play is just to make the 8, but I can see why you don't really want to leave anything here.
Yeah, however.
It's part of a prime already, though, right?
Yeah,
It builds on the 2.
Yeah, it looks more natural.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you get hit, so what? He needs sort of 2-4 or 1-4, only 4 numbers,
Yeah.
plus W2, of course. But then he has to break a bar point, leaving 3 blots. So it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
You don't want to get hit, but having 8 point is huge.
Yeah, it seems really strong, a really strong piece of structure here, so I think you have to go for it. But very willing to think about these kinds of plays and make sure he finds the best. Got some purists hoping for the PR winners. Someone else rooting for Michi, I see, because they want to see the number 2 and the number 1 rated players in the world. Yeah, yeah. So that's still the... Isn't there like a new... I assume that's by the Giants of Backgammon list or whatever that is. Isn't there a new vote in progress or something though right now?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Have you guys won it already? You just think you're lock shoe-ins?
No, I don't know.
Assume?
I don't
I don't
know.
know either.
We are waiting for the result.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, this 5-2 is kind of interesting. So Thomas is thinking about leaving a blot, breaking the midpoint now while he's on the bar.
Yeah.
Or he can play completely safe, go to 4 points.
Yeah.
And I don't know which is better.
It is tricky here. I actually noticed, what about this? I like this play too. I was thinking the 9 and down to the 8 possibly too. Because the thing is, when your opponent's on the bar, it's a great time to be trying to make these risky plays. Look at this, 13-8, 13-11 comes out. They're all so close.
So close,
Yeah. But so you want to break your contact, right? It's going to be difficult to bring that midpoint home once that checker's in. It's going to be a lot of risk. So while he's fanning, is a great time to try it. On the other side, you might not have to make that risk if you can just bring all the material into the zone to close the board out. And then you just bring the checkers home. So there's very competing game plans here, and he's trying to pick out which is best, and who knows? They're all so close. Seb made a good point to me the other day, too.
The problem with this play is too many numbers, like 1, 6, 2, 6, 2, 1, double S and double 2. Oh, double 2 doesn't count. 1, 6, 2, 6, 2, 1. So like 7 numbers. Okay, it's not that many, but it's significant.
It's more.
Yeah.
It's more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like 3 or 4 numbers, it's 7 numbers.
Yeah.
So I can see why he's thinking. But on the other hand, he already spent almost 4 minutes in the first game.
I like this play too, and this is what he comes up with all the same. And yes, he did spend 4 minutes, but a point Seb was making to me early in the week that I really liked is I feel like you're really in the zone with your backgammon when you have 3 plays that are that close and you're confused by it, right? When you're spending time on it. Because you must know that there's merit to all of them, right? And you're finding a lot of value in looking at everything. This looks too awkward to me. I'm not sure why we would. It seems like the wrong way to break it. So now I'm just playing 9 to 4.
Oh, by the way, what is the number above the picture of the players?
Oh, yeah. The heart rate monitors are back on. We've got that. And, lots of decisions here for Thomas, and he's still ice cold. Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's a heart rate.
Yeah. We've got that back.
So both players remain calm?
Now it looks like a great time to come down, right?
Yeah.
We've got our just 4 numbers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Number 6 is...
Mochi's here. So we're not going to play the final today, but Mochi's here helping us with commentary and also playing the tournament. Someone asked if you were here to play the final, Mochi.
No, the final, final of the UBC is going to play in Monte Carlo, I believe.
Yeah. I think that's the plan, yeah. Still open, right? It's where we were last year, and it was a good place for it.
Yeah.
Finally, Michi enters. He's been the favorite to enter the checker every roll, and just having a hard time to do it. Thomas is likely to bring home a winning game before he thinks about hitting loose, I think, here, unless he can do a natural pointing number like this, a lot of them.
Yeah.
And the gammon's back on now. That was important.
That's a 50% gammon right here.
Right. Every roll that Michi gets is pips that he can save outside, chances to connect with that anchor and save the gammon. So this is big swing on that little sequence there. I think, we're asking when Hideki Hideaki Ueda, right?
Yeah,
when he's
Hideaki,
going to
yeah.
play when he's going to play the finals with the winner of this. I
I
believe
think
that's
tomorrow.
night. Yeah, tomorrow evening. I don't know if we know the time yet, but we'll get the schedule out to you for sure. Yep, Neil's on top of all the plays here too. We're agreeing with him.
Oh, look at this. The best play is leaving a double ace.
Yeah, it seems like it. I mean, what else?
Yeah, you can play 5-3.
Yeah, that's fair. It just, I don't like, again, he's on the bar, right? So, and it's only 1 or 2 numbers. A lot of times it's the time to do it. And the checkers are so much better placed. I don't want to put one deep on the
That's true.
3.
That's
so,
true.
It seems like the place for it.
But this is a dangerous play because Thomas can think about a play like this for 1 minute.
So he was unlucky to roll the 6-2.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, surviving again.
Double 2.
Double 2s is a great shot.
Yeah, looks
There's a
like
little bit of risk here, though.
he claims the game,
Yeah.
and very often he wins gammon.
Yeah, and this is just, we're going to play 6-5 here, I presume. Yep, there we go.
80% gammon.
Yeah.
So Thomas just avoid the accident. Otherwise, he would win gammon.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's going to be thinking pretty safe in the bear off here, I presume, which this makes the most even points for the longest, so it makes some sense. The natural thing to me looked like that 6-4 or 5-1, but I can see now we have 6-5-4 even, so I see why he made that play. Surprised that that it's potentially not right. I didn't see if it came out on top on plus plus, but we're odd already again. Got 24, 30, 34 pips outside, so I don't know if Michi even prefers to just enter in and try to race off real quick here, if he'd rather stay up and hope for a big number. He does have great structure if a shot is left somehow.
Yeah. No, this is not a good entry.
Yeah, I think it's too late now. It's going to be very difficult to save the gammon.
Michi probably needs 2 double 5s or more.
Yeah,
I don't think 1 double 5 make it, or double 6s.
yeah. I can see he has 11 crossovers.
He did it.
Oh, those
Maybe
are
it's
the
enough,
important
I don't
ones.
know.
And he has at least 4 of those crossovers are pretty shallow, right? So it looks like he has good chances to do it now.
Right.
Yeah, and what did the gammons go down to there? It looked like they were much lower. 2 crossovers, we'll take it.
Yeah, maybe like 30% or 40% gammon.
Yeah. 5-3 was not his best.
So Thomas' gammon chance decreased from 80% to 40%.
Yeah, that's amazing.
By double 6s.
Yeah.
So he definitely saved the gammon.
I like it, Klause, with the waiting to save the gammon. Yeah, do you need the crossover right away or do you need the pips here? This is confusing.
I think it's all right.
Yeah? Yeah. Looks like. Thanks, she agreed with that one. Someone was commenting whether Michi should leave a checker and board to keep getting backgammon saving decisions, you know? But no, obviously there were still gammons being risked, so his decisions count either way. So I like it. Clever, but no, not here.
Oh,
He might have made a PR decision there, though. Huh? No, he couldn't have. He couldn't take it off. 4-2, he had to come in and risk being gammoned, and then Thomas misses and just wins the 2 points. Okay. And real tight game here. This is, with the score win, Thomas is trailing in the PR, but with a rather small mistake, right? One blunder either way completely swings the PR battle in this game.
yeah.
So very tight here.
This is nothing. Thomas made a 75 mistake.
Yeah.
That is nothing.
Yeah.
We have a long way to go, so. This 4-1, I guess.
Yeah, after down, I think you slot, right? That makes sense to me. Oh, weird. Once the split, I bet plus will change that, I imagine. With the lead, it's possible that it's not, but that seems like the opening principle that I'd be following there. And this 5-1 is awkward.
Ooh.
You can't come in on the ace in tempo, even though you'd like to with all those builders at the 5. So I
It's
think,
too ugly to do this.
and he's going to look at it though.
I'm going to
but-
come into the 5s and
Yeah.
probably split.
Yeah, I think so. That double coverage is so strong. It's especially, imagine Michi rolls something like some other pointing number, like a 4-2, 6-4, 6-2 kind of thing. Now he's challenging both those blots in the outfield, and it's scary. This doesn't have enough duplication. I think you're going to get double hit a lot when nothing else happens.
Yeah. I don't think 6-5 is a good idea because
Right.
now he makes 4 is a good number.
And with this, the coverage, if we get hit loose on the 20, we have so many returns that this structure is very strong, almost as strong as an anchor itself in the very early game. And now Michi's got a lot of good numbers, so he wants to think about a cube. I'd be surprised if it's got to go this early. But again, we're trailing a little bit at a sensitive score where, again, if there's swing on the next roll, you really do have to think hard about this.
My feeling is it's a small no double.
Okay.
It's not a quite double, but
Yeah.
it's not a big mistake. He's reading 24 pips. He's down 0-2. He has 4 builders coming into the 5 point. Yeah, and 1 backman versus 3 backmen, so it cannot be a bad double.
Right.
Oh, it is a double. Look
Oh,
how
look at
close
this.
it is.
Yeah. And that's 20% gammons is a big part of that, right? It's not necessarily like the volatility of that. You really hate to get a double pass here and still be trailing when you could have won 4 points. So volatility on this one. We got a whole bunch of conversation going on about missing a decision. I love it. All that is super relevant, but I think another important thing to remember is it's one decision across, I don't know how many are in a match, a couple hundred or something like that, maybe 100. So I don't know, like a lot, you've seen at the end of the matches as they tick off, it's probably a difference in maybe like 0.02 PR or something. So if they nearly tie, it could be a tiebreaker, technically right. Been pretty rare that we've seen that be the decider in a match. But then we've had some interesting spots, and wow, what a cube for Michi to find. This is impressive. Small error on ++, but I like it. I think it's great. I think if they're that close, I prefer to send it for sure. Yeah.
He decided to double in.
Yeah. Strong roll, and now with that split to the 24-23, Thomas has a lot of anchoring rolls, which is nice, so he's happy he did that. Finds one of them, and the gammon risk goes quite a bit away, but with 3 checkers back, it's still relevant. Well, this is a great roll. Just continues the prime. Yep. Safeties that checker back on the 14. And 6-3, finally Thomas gets a bit of structure. That's nice. And 6-3 is a bit of a nothing roll for Michi now here too. I suppose with
He just run.
running out of timing on the other side, so let's just take care of that back checker.
Most natural, he's up in the race. It says the last man.
Yeah.
4-2.
Looks like Thomas is going to improve some structure again, make a little bit better board, and wait for contact. I think I would still argue, Neil, some of these like PR decisions are funky. I think playing good backgammon remains the best way to win this game.
Oh my God,
So-
definitely. It doesn't
don't worry
really
about it.
Yeah, there's some technique to increase decisions,
Yeah.
but it doesn't really matter in the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be the decider.
Show up and be a 2.5 player, and I think you'll have good chances. You might miss out on some opportunities to play a 2.49. Oh wow, thank you. I just got a voice compliment of all things. This is getting awkward. What do we? So not at the edge of the prime with 3 checkers. We're gonna have to do some bold things.
How about slotting?
I was looking at it.
It
Yeah.
doesn't look like play.
Because
here.
we really need every roll to do something productive. So like the double slot, 7 and 5. Sure enough, that's the play. And so when it works, we've got a chance to counter prime. When it doesn't, I doubt we're going to lose too much more.
Right. I mean, imagine if he enters 5 point, you want to hit Ruth. So why not putting a 5 point now?
Yeah. Well, because you want to hit loose, but you lose the checker, right? It's so misplaced.
Yeah.
And that's this is a common theme in priming games. You just, when you run out of time, you got to put the checkers where they belong. And the 1-4 hits, okay, and he's not too devastated by this either, right? It's not a whole lot. If Michi rolls that 1-4 and he's all stacked and not really having any potential to improve anyway,
he
4-3.
4-3.
Great shot. So, I mean, he's gonna, I would have assumed he was gonna make the anchor at the edge.
Well, you can
It
also
seems
hit loose like that.
Yeah.
But I guess, this is the right play.
Yeah.
He doesn't have enough material to go for the blitz, and so let's play 3-4 back game,
Sure.
which has a decent chance.
And he'd still have 3 checkers to get to the edge of the prime, right? So I don't think I guess he could be thinking a back game, but I imagine that as soon as he gets a chance, he's likely to use an ace to step up to the edge and just abandon it. And so it's really strong to, like, you just want the 4-point. If you can make that, you're in so much better shape than we were earlier. But he can hang on to both for a little bit here, and it might give Michi some awkward decisions. 6 prime, I'm not sure this is worth it, given that you could get, if you get hit, you can get counter primed and cracked pretty quickly, right?
Yeah.
So I don't see that you need to do this, But oh, look at this, 13-10 is the best play though, by a very small amount.
Yeah. Double raise.
Yeah.
So Thomas' timing is doubtful,
Right.
but he could have a timing by keeping, like this. Michi can roll a big numbers.
Ooh, what did
Oh,
they?
what
Oh,
happens?
transcription. Okay.
Transcription error.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I always appreciate Neil's insights in the chat here. We did have some people asking how come he's not here winning the UBC thing himself too. I think he's still a strong contender, you know? One of the American players that I think everyone would like to see here competing. There we go, we're caught up on the transcription again. So the 4 is yes. This is gives some hope to the back game. Yes, Victor, I told him he should show up too. I think he invited everyone to come to America and play with him. It's a very American response, I think.
Oh, you guys can come here.
Yeah. We got all kinds of space.
Oh, look at the PR. Michi played 1.2, Thomas played
wow.
1.4.
Yeah. Both of them, you know, Michi with that giant .017 cube error just brought him up into Thomas's range there. Amazing performances.
Yeah.
I think it's likely that we could end up with the best PR match, like everyone was saying.
When they play backgammon, it looks so easy, right? All decisions are so easy.
All right. They spend a lot of time and find the right play every time. Oh yeah, I heard rumor of this world championship in Victor's backyard. I like that. We'll have 2 world champions.
Oops,
with the
number
rat.
5.
And it's mostly forced, right?
That's a worst number, almost. I think it's a worst number.
Must be. 4s is actually not very good, but still, yeah, this looks worse. A lot of hope now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's a take, actually,
Yeah.
if cube is given here.
Wow. Yeah,
To
and I
come
guess.
out, I'm not sure if he needs to come out. He would gain a lot, but 6-5 is really bad numbers anyway.
Yeah, and so what? I mean, he doesn't like being pointed on, of course. 4-1, double ones, things like that are going to help Michi clear.
1 is a huge
And 21-15 is the best play. Yeah, I've seen that. They tend to be close.
Look at this. He
Wow,
just left that
5-2.
shot.
However,
Yeah.
you're pretty glad to be there, aren't you? And so I think hitting reduces shots. Does that help you clear the besta? I don't know what I would do here.
I think he should hit. This is
Yeah?
a minimum shot, right?
It is, but what about next roll? I think it's still pretty tough. Your opponent's a favorite to enter even if they don't hit, and then you still have to clear the 8 somehow. So I can see why we'd have to think about this, and it's...
This is 15 numbers, and the other way 22. Okay. Actually, hitting is a clear play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Minimizing a shot.
I find that surprising, though. But yeah, it does, of course, minimizes shots for this one roll. And so I think we're hanging out for full contact now. I imagine we're shuffling the rest in our board. I mean, now that this has happened to Michi's, I don't really have any qualms about staying in the board here. I don't think there are any 2s that are going to gain by much by leaving that shot.
Right.
I don't want to come off the back yet, that's for sure. I need the anchor there. I
think
guess, well, we could create a 5, but I think when you have an even number on the point to clear, you prefer to keep the anchor, right? Or the point. Yeah, this is the play I expected, and looks good. 6-4, what a shot. Wow.
What a shot.
That's a miracle. Well, he saved the backgammon, or the gammon, I mean, most of the time. We'll see. Yep. And okay, we're on top. There's still a lot of life in this game. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, Mitch has bad numbers here. Lots of bad numbers. 6-5, 6-4, 6. All of the bad big combinations.
Yeah. Even his best numbers
maybe
are still
60 numbers or so.
Yeah.
A lot.
This is not one of them. The first play I see is all 4 to the 3 and leave the gap on the 4, but is there better? This looks pretty natural.
Yeah.
This must be better than leaving the 3 open.
But you can take 2 off too.
Yeah, but then you leave yourself odd on the outside, and I don't love that. So it seems like the 4 to 3 switch is the part that we feel certain about, right? Yeah.
Well, we saw the unrises already, but I think 2 off is better.
I hadn't looked at that. And look at this. Yeah, I guess it's going to win some gammons. I didn't think about that we're still in that race with 13 pips outside. Yeah, so that counts to me as like 20 in a best case scenario, and we already have a bunch of checkers off. Yeah, okay, great play.
Was better. Interesting.
Yeah.
Because
but he found 1 off at least, yeah. He did leave himself an odd number of checkers, which is a consideration in that a lot too. A lot of times when you get like that full roll out of the even checkers left.
He left a shot. How many numbers?
Oh, and he hits it. Okay. Now with, I don't...
Six men off.
Yeah, we don't need to slot.
No, Thomas needs to slot. I agree that Thomas should slot.
Really? Yeah, I guess there's... Oh, wow, okay. I'm surprised by that. Because I think, I guess he does need to clear, but I mean, looks pretty strong for...
Well, it's very, very close.
Yeah.
But I like the slot.
Yeah, with very little risk, I can see that. That makes some sense. And now with this closeout, Thomas is the favorite, of course, but he's going to have to get some checkers off before he has a normal money cube. Also leading at the score, that's going to reduce Michi's take points some, I imagine. So I don't know exactly where this cube is going to fit in. I know for money I would want probably 1 or 2 checkers off to be in that, depending on my distribution.
Yeah, at least 1 off.
Yeah. And so where do you think we need to get to have a good cube for Thomas here?
This score?
Yeah. And he's not the favorite to do it either with these checkers so deep. This is going to be tricky. Yeah. 5s, interesting. Okay, so 2 checkers off, and we have a 4-point board cleared. With a fan, we're going to have a really interesting decision. I think this would be a money pass if he stays out, right?
Yeah, money, big pass.
Yeah, yeah.
Big
And so
pass for money.
what happens here? This is going to be a thinker for Thomas for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
my inclination is he should double for sure. And I'm not sure if Michi have a take. His take point is how much? I gotta work on it. Yeah, this is a very good double.
And he
That's a
didn't take
pass.
that too long, so he must,
Yeah.
he must be pretty clear about the take
Yeah,
point not
yeah.
adjusting too much on the recube here.
He probably thinks double is clear, the Thomas.
I see, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not that, I mean, I guess I didn't do the math, of course, to work out what the take point is here. Do you have a, what take point would you be working at here? 5-way, 7-way recube trailing.
Oh, I need to calculate the things, but
You would have to calculate it over the
yeah.
board, okay.
But I guess low 20, maybe 20%.
Okay. So that's almost not lower than money at all. It's
Yeah,
it's very
money
close.
is like 21.5.
Right. Yeah.
So 20 is, you
Yeah.
know.
And a
A
big
little
part of
bit
that
slow.
must be that you have almost no recube value here, right? It's going
Oh,
to be, and
he
he takes it.
did.
I find this to be challenging. That doesn't surprise me too
That's
much.
bad.
Yeah.
That's bad. He gotta read his book.
Which book did he write about? Where
Yeah.
Endgame Technique? I think that's about bearing off. I don't know if he got into cube decisions.
No, there was a cube decision. There was a
Oh
chapter
no,
for this.
and we have a giant blunder on the transcription side, choosing to pass that cube.
Uh-oh.
Which I think might be a big hint to the players as well. So you can go, if they don't know it, yeah. This is a trick, by the way, for all of our transcribers out here. If you didn't know this, you can go to the play from position button in the action menu or transcribe one of those, and it'll let you start back over and play from here. I thought you had to go into the match file and correct this, and that's the only thing you could do at this point. So that's a really nice one to know. But yeah, I hope that's a little bit of a tell, I think, for Michi. If he's paying attention, then maybe his cube action was expected to be a pass.
But it's really bad, not only PR, but also he's likely to lose anyway. So now it's 6-0, and he's down a lot in PR battle. So this put him in a very, very bad position.
Yeah. And of course, down in the PR battle for these superhumans means he's playing like just over a 4. Still a lot of chances to get it well under that by the end.
So Michi needs 2 doublets. Yeah.
Yeah, Terry, that was a game changer for me too on the transcription. Crazy stuff.
So maybe 2%.
2 doubles.
Yeah.
They got to be the right ones though. Oh, that is the correct one to start.
Wait.
Oh.
Can he redouble here? Is it possible? Am I out of my mind?
I don't think you're out of your mind, and he's going to think about it a little bit too, right? If he loses, he's at 9%. It's very close. Look at this. And he's got 16. Yeah, I don't know where your window opens exactly, but you have to think about it for sure. That's amazing.
So his risk is only a 9% match winning chance, because if he just lose, he's gonna be 0-6 down, so that he can keep a 9% winning chance.
Yeah.
But by redoubling to 8, and if he wins, he would gain from 4 to lead to the match.
Yeah.
So he would gain 35% winning chance. So 30% to 9% is odds is about, he needs like 20%, a little bit less than 20% or something like that.
Yeah, the risk over risk plus reward.
Yeah, and he doesn't really have that much. So this is no double, but he has to work on it.
Right. And I think a lot of players in our chat are probably familiar with using that risk-reward formula to calculate take points, but it is the exact same calculation for when your doubling window opens. So that's this is one of those spots where being able to do that math matters and knowing it. And look at both of our heart rates are higher too for these two. Like, not going through the roof or anything, but you can see this is a pivotal part of the match for sure. I guess this could be the. Oh, I see. He did some sort of rollout here too. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure that 3-ply gets this one right. Yeah. But he's got all the clock time he needs to do this math too. I guess it could be a long match, presuming he doesn't double and then
Yeah,
loses,
yeah.
wins, whatever. So you don't want to spend too much of it if you can avoid it, but it could determine the match. So I guess you better figure this one out and use your clock while you have it.
But Thomas seemed very relaxed because the decision for him is really
Sure.
nothing.
He's just praying,
Yeah.
presumably, too, right?
And he most likely he's gonna win. Yeah.
And then we're gonna send,
Uh,
and he misses. Down to Crawford.
Okay. That's funny. Thomas' heartbeat goes up to 100.
Yeah, of course. As the dice come out, how does it not?
Yeah.
The shaking is probably where that happened, right? That's Michi needs to know that, so he can gain a little edge by probably shaking the dice in the cup for a little longer. Let that heart rate stay up there. Oh, that's an interesting point. It's a good decision not to cube for Michi because he's losing the PR battle and just needs to kind of grind it out.
Yeah.
If the match ends on that.
But they don't know about it.
Right. Yeah.
Well, Thomas might know about it because Thomas might think that was a huge pass, that
Yeah.
the cube he gave.
Yeah. We were talking about that a little bit before the match too, though. If he does know that, that's an opportunity for him to really overthink, how to strategize this. And people keep talking about
Yeah.
how we need to
But
adjust and play simple games, and there's a lot of risk in doing that,
No, but if you sit down on the table and then you have no chance to think about that.
Yeah.
It's just backgammon is complicated enough.
Right. I think the only one really doing that this tournament was, I think Dirk's doing that.
Yeah.
He really is thinking that way, for better or worse. Okay. This must just be a split, right? This is a good priming structure now with that slot, yeah. And pretty good structure for both of them. In this Crawford game too, Michi is odd away, so it's not going to earn him an extra game to win a gammon, so we're just playing pretty much straight DMP, unless he can get in a backgammon-ish position, but doesn't look likely here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both players play as if DMP game.
Yeah. And now, so someone's asking if they know their PRs during the breaks. They will find out their PR, I believe, immediately after this match, before they play the next.
Right.
So there's a little bit of information there. Yeah. And yeah, I agree with you, David, there. I think same goes vice versa. When you make simple decisions, you might make the game simple for your opponent too. And if you make complicated ones, you might make it complicated for yourself. Right? So there's a lot that can happen with all this PR adjustment logic.
But there's some situation that you can give yourself an easy decision and give himself a harder decision.
Yeah.
There's some position like that.
Yeah.
And if you could,
This looks like this is an interesting play to me because we're down in the race. We don't really love, good board against us. We don't want to hop out to the outfield, but with all those stripped points, it looks kind of natural to do. I'm not sure what I would do here. And he's looking at the best play here. That makes a lot of sense to me, though. I might have found the 13-5, very close plays. Just bring some ammunition in and don't risk stepping into it. This looks like it's going to make the A's, right? Well, we could just race. Wow, these are all some interesting decisions, yeah. DMP, this makes a lot of sense.
yeah, not so easy for me.
The last 5 isn't so great, but oh, look at this, and we do need to make the ace here. Yeah, okay. I can see why you would do that at DMP, though. When you lose all the value of the gammons, making the ace point isn't so desirable. Yeah, now down a bunch in the race. Thomas is going to make some things happen, but this seems like it helps the back checker escape more than it blocks it. So I'm not thinking slot yet. In fact, this anchor looks pretty strong against this structure.
Right.
Freezing that dilly builder on the 3 and challenging that stripped 8 point. It could be really tough for Michi to come home clean against that 23 point here.
Yeah, I agree with you. I would look up the anchor here.
And he finds this play, and it's best, of course. No second best plays for these guys. Michi clears a point. He's happy, just trying to win a race now. And what is the 6-2 going to do? It looks like more spares on his board, most likely.
Yeah, just put it on the 4 point and 6,
Yeah.
keeping the mid. He could do so, but I don't think it's necessary. It's definitely wrong in the money game.
Oh, just
It could be right.
Oh, look
it
at
is
this.
right.
Wow, what a play. And it's important to make that one, too. No, 10 to 4, 8 to 6 is close. But this is,
Yeah, but this is the second best.
yeah.
They're not gonna compromise the second best.
Right. Yeah. You can't be league in .02. Yeah. Strong play. I mean, I can see some of the logic, but I don't know how I'd convince myself that I need to do that here. Guess he's just running out of time in something of a priming battle.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of gain when he's missed, of course, too. 6-3 has to hit somehow, right?
But he
No?
cannot.
Okay. I would look at it until it did, I think. That's what I'd do here. And so this contains on 6-1, so I don't really see how you get a lot keeping that checker out there. I guess if he rolls a 6-2, you do get a shot now at the checker on the ace, so maybe it is kind of worth leaving out there for a couple shots. And sure enough it is, but it's really close. It's almost just not worth it to throw that checker behind the action. Five, 4, that's a great roll. We're gonna point, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
Thomas is really great here.
Yeah. He is playing his A game in this match too. I don't see him missing anything. Yeah, this is not a time for Michi to have to deal with blots, so I understand why you do that. Wow, that's tough though. It's an ugly place for it. It's just so impure.
Yeah, it's so impure.
And they're very close. Okay. So again, sharp players, I mean, they see when they both plays have merit, they're going to look at both of them. 4-2, what's the best we can do? I mean, I think we're attacking some more, right?
Yep, he should just hit.
Yeah. Always an option to rely on your prime instead. Michi's not going to be a favorite. Oh, this is, Yeah, the split seems like it just gives Michi another game plan for running this home. I'm not loving that. But it is a common theme in these spots where Michi's not the favorite to roll a 5. It's a little too awkward, I think, is the problem. But if you let him roll, he's going to break something next roll, right? There's almost no safe roll. So it's tricky, but I'm primitive. I'm just hitting, even at DMP. All right, we've got someone that's certain that Thomas is coming for you in August for sure. That 2-0 lead we saw earlier today, it doesn't mean that you've made it through. Michi can definitely win the PR battle and the actual match and next match. And then by virtue of that, be ahead in the average PR for both matches too. So plenty of hope. A lot can happen in this format. Really exciting stuff. Okay, he gets hit back, but rolls a great return number here to hit again. And we're back and forth rolling, which I can't believe that these aren't jokers on XG's evaluations. You know, they're just huge swings every time either of these happens. What is our best? Is there a point we want to shift, or do we just want to come closer to building structure? What are we doing here? We could clean up a blot. 10 to 8 is actually XG's preferred play. Interesting. One less return. They all seem reasonable. 4-5.
Oh yeah, okay.
And look at this. Both of them getting the dice when they need it to survive here.
This is why
Fan.
he should have cleaned up the blots.
Yeah,
I
because
guess.
now he has a little bit of extra
Wow.
vig.
6-1 is.
Wow, complicated.
Yeah. I
Hitting
guess,
2
yeah,
seems pretty
yeah.
obvious when gammons count, but
Even
yeah.
with that gammon, I think it's a play.
yeah, how are you going to lose now, right? 3 behind that 4 prime and 1 less behind yours. Yeah, you're just out of time after you make the pointing play, right? There must be a lot of bad.
Not a lot, but some.
No, yeah.
And also Michi can just enter. So I think he just hit twice, and the computer agrees with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and both, of course, it's fun bringing up the heart rate again. Yeah, they've got heart rate monitors on there, and they're much lower than they were last game, right? There's still some hope. I can't believe it. Yeah, mine would be going nuts right now. There's been a ton of back and forth. Somehow the 3-5 fan was the joker, but all the other ones were just kind of like standard. That's about what we expected. No swing on the rolls there.
But this is dangerous here because if Thomas is gonna make 8-5-4, making a deuce pawn, it's gonna be a huge blunder.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then Michi can win a PR battle. We are not sure, but at least it gets closer.
Yeah, I mean, Michi's giant cube decision that's taken him out of it so far was really only just over 100 wrong, right? Less than a 150. And if he does this, this is a 250, so it
He
very
really
likely
thinks
that it
about
passes him up even, yeah.
He really thinks about it.
It's a challenging play for sure. I mean, again,
Yeah.
I don't know, for me, I'm not sharp enough with the DMP stuff where it's hard to know how that changes it. And it feels like maybe you're getting tricked into making a gammonish play coming out and hitting 2, you know?
Oh. Phew. Then 2-3. Okay.
2-3 hits back again, and okay.
Thomas played correct, but then he got punished.
Man,
4-5.
what amazing exchanges here. And he finally can't hit back, but that's okay now that he's got 3 checkers back, right? And yeah, it seems like mobility is the key now. We can't risk getting stuck behind the prime there. And Michi enters again, okay. And so really, it's not huge pressure to attack behind. Like, I don't think this 5-2 is necessarily mandatory. I don't see a better play necessarily. I feel like we'd almost rather just make the 8 and see what happens from there.
Oh, you cannot make 8.
Yeah, given that you can't, maybe we do hit on the 2. Maybe we come back. The 23-18 looks pretty strong. I love to make that point and kind of mobilize. Opens up an attacking game plan from the bar. This is tricky stuff, and Thomas is starting to feel that time pressure, I think. I can see him going under a minute and a half.
Yeah.
He's not getting easy decisions in this game by any means. And so I think it's going to be relevant, yeah. And okay, XG likes keeping the anchor here. Wow, a lot of play is very tight, so he can't make a big mistake. If he knew that, I'm sure he'd just pick one. But this is the risk. Look at the analysis is amazing on here. You can see what's going through Thomas's brain right now, right? There's 6 different plays that are all basically tied, and he's got to sort out which one with not enough time to do it. Good stuff. But he finds a good play, okay. And dodges Michi's returns from the bar, and so a lot closer now. Advancing the anchor seems great here. This seems like the best use of it too, almost certainly. Okay. Does open up the double aces, I suppose, but can't worry about ghosts like that. 5-2, sure. I like escaping a checker.
I'm rooting for Michi now because I want to see how Thomas plays below 1 minute.
Yeah, yeah. It would be. If he can win this game, it could put it'd be very interesting to see how he has to play some speed gammon, you know? And you can see with the time pressure, he reaches for the back checker right away, right? He knows what the right play is, and he prefers to think about it for a while. But I imagine that his instincts are going to keep him plenty alive, even if he gets into a lot of clock trouble. Seems reasonable. Yeah, 13-7 seems like a strong play too. Why not slot the back of that prime, potentially attack the ace? All kinds of things it does. But he chooses to just keep his checkers mobilized instead. All right, the 10-land joke. I'm not sure if I told Thomas about that, but that was a good one. 4, did he just? Okay, 4-1, yeah, 4-1 here. (4-3). Again, it's still like pretty strong just to put that checker on the bar here. Why not? And oh, wow.
Just when I was thinking about.
And now there's life.
Yeah.
And this is interesting. Okay, so he doesn't really need the bar,
Yeah.
given that he's got the ace. So he's thinking about creative plays here.
Or maybe he could throw actually. Throw is the best play.
And there are some better plays here. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I like that. Yeah, yeah.
Now he needs a 6.
Yeah, now he's got to roll
Oh,
aces.
wow. What a game.
Yeah.
So if he manages to roll a 6, then basically game is even, no?
He's behind it's
Yeah,
close.
It's
yeah,
close.
Yeah.
I mean, it's anybody's game.
Right, another blot out
But
there.
he needs to roll a 6
Man, this
before
is
he gets 4.
nearly equalized. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be
Unbelievable.
exciting. Oh, all right.
4-1's
Alright.
not great.
He has one more roll.
Yeah, which one do we want our spare on, though? I guess the higher one, right? Not clear.
Not clear. Maybe 6 to 2. I don't know.
Yeah. Sure enough.
It's
seven
always
is
close.
better. Yeah.
One 6.
Still staying out.
Show me the 6. Here we go.
Oh my goodness.
You see it's a 50-50. Michi has 47% winning chance.
Wow.
This 4 is great.
Huge, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a race.
Another 6 is
Thomas
coming
needs
up.
to roll 4s.
Oh, double 3.
Oh, 3 doesn't crack at least. That's
Yeah.
the first thing, but it hits.
Mhm,
Pick
that
and
hit.
pass, right?
Yeah, not that
so
bad.
it kind of kills timing, but it's good that it puts Thomas back on the bar, of course, for Michi here. 6-2 is the nuts here, right? 6-4 is pretty
great.
good.
6-4
pretty
is
good.
great.
We'll take
now
it.
Michi's favorite, I think.
Oh my. So Thomas went from having 2 points locked up to in some trouble here, maybe giving Michi some chances to get back in this. 6-3, we have to come out, right? And then we're cleaning up. Yeah, this is a simple, great roll.
Yeah.
You don't need to make the 4, and you definitely don't want to risk being sent behind that prime again. Ooh,
No,
what is
What
this?
are you doing?
Wow.
What are you doing?
How does he
This-
not lift there? Oh,
I have
no.
no idea. This is almost like oversight. This is crazy.
Oh, goodness. He thinks he needs to make that point for
This is
some reason.
amazing. This is amazing.
Oh, no.
This was
This
a huge blunder.
I think he's given that point back for now. That's got to be a big one. Yeah, that's going to be really hard to overcome.
I couldn't believe it.
Really difficult to overcome.
I couldn't believe it. This is, I mean, any beginner can find the play. Wow. I think it was overlook.
He didn't see that he could do it.
he
huh?
didn't see it.
Wasn't even thinking about lifting.
Yeah,
I've gotten in that. I know how that happens. You know, you get in the mindset that like look at all your rolls that cover, and you don't even think of the. Like he's probably thinking like a 10 or something like that gets there.
Yeah, he
11s,
was comparing
counting.
3 in outfield, you know,
Yeah,
A's are 14,
exactly.
11 or 18, 15.
Yeah. And doesn't even think of what do I do if I miss. It's
Yeah.
a lot easier from our chair to see that, I think.
But
yeah.
there's no excuse. He had 5 minutes. Wow.
That's tough.
That was crazy.
Yeah. I'm sure Thomas knows. I'm sure Thomas knows that. He must be feeling pretty good about his PR. He's ready to play real fast and make sure he doesn't lose on time. Oh, tough one. You hate to see that. You hate to. I mean, it happens to everyone, but it's not the way you want to win or lose that PR match. I don't think. You know, it's way more exciting to see everyone play their best.
Wow.
Someone asked in the chat on the format again, if Michi wins the match but loses on PR, he'll win 1 match point and lose 1 PR point. So it is effectively a draw, but they both get 1 point. There's 2 points at stake in every match.
And they're going to play 2 matches.
Yes, they're going to play 2 matches. So 4 points up in the air. If it ends in a 2-2 draw, then we go to the average PR across both matches, and the winner of that will win the semifinal.
That's right. So average PR weight more. That's why Michi's blunder overlook is so costly.
And that's going to be a win for Michi, surviving 1 more game.
Yeah, this is interesting because now Thomas has only 45 seconds for next possibly 3 more games, right?
Yeah. We're being asked here too, yes, so 2 matches tomorrow for the finals as well. Same format as the semifinals. And that should be going on tomorrow evening.
It could be 3 matches, by the way.
Oh, is
the
it?
final could be 3 matches.
Oh, okay. Are we still deciding that, or I haven't heard?
Yeah, it depends on the schedule of the players.
Gotcha.
If they are open,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
why not 3 matches, not only 2?
Right. We haven't even discussed that. We're here in the middle of the Gibraltar Backgammon Open here too, and so there's other events that they're in, like he wins the gammon too, so no free drop here. So there's an automatic take, and interesting. Michi can shave some PR by playing decisions there, but again, just technicalities there.
He didn't care about that. He
Yeah,
just
yeah.
want to play backgammon.
Right. He wants to try to put some time pressure on Thomas here, looks like, too, making his plays real quick. I've noticed that happens to me, too. When I see my player is deep in their time bank,
Yeah.
I start to think maybe I need to play faster to put some pressure on him. And really, I probably end up just overlooking plays myself, right? I put the same time pressure on myself. So lots of traps in this kind of stuff. I really think Thomas is going to be fine.
Oh,
Interesting play.
interesting play.
Yeah.
I think I kind of like it.
Yeah, I tend to, that's the first thing I look at when I roll this. I've made the bar point and I rolled a 2-1. It's such a better use of that stack of checkers on the 6. The 3's duplicated with the hit for anchoring, which is kind of fascinating. You don't really want to split into these monster stacks. Yeah.
This?
And so it is,
Yes,
the best play was to
amazing.
just make it. Yeah.
Why didn't hit? The normal looking play would be a 6-4 on
Yeah,
23.
hit and split. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, making a 5 is fine, but he did nothing. I don't know what I'm saying now.
Yeah. And 6-3. How is Michi doing in the rest of the tournament? Is he still alive in a lot of different events? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't know.
I was starting to talk about that we're in the middle of a tournament where we're playing, 17-point matches in different events, and maybe it could be in a lot of different things. So not only is this a challenging format, but where's your ace though? I guess, do you have to do this? This is interesting. But yeah, a ton going on.
I don't think Michi got nerves, but
Yeah.
well, anyway, he's not himself. He's
Yeah, I wouldn't say nervous, but
Yeah.
it's also, so many factors go into bringing your best game of backgammon to play here. And, if he's tired, if he's just overplayed, a lot of different things that can be going on where it's just hard to think and put your best performance in there.
yeah, 6-5 is a clear play.
Yeah. That would be an interesting statistic, too. It's so hard to track, but I'd be fascinated to know of all these players, like how many oversight plays they made like that, right? How often they just didn't see the play and missed it because of that. Because I bet there's players that are better at that aspect, too, just don't miss it, right? Can keep their focus on the whole board. And those tend to be your biggest mistakes when you didn't even see the best play that was available.
The frequency of overlooking play is very hard to track because usually it happens maybe like once a year, or twice a year or so.
Yeah.
So people tend to forget. But obviously the 6-3 he missed is like once a year thing.
Yeah. See, we're already talking about statistics. It's once or twice a year for you, and it's probably like 5 or 6 for me. I think so. Quite a few. They happen for sure. It's like a bad tournament, I'll have one, and a good tournament, I won't. That's what I'm shooting for.
So meanwhile, his time comes down 33 seconds. He has to change the gear.
Gotta keep an eye on that. But
Yeah.
this is not a simple game. I can see why nowhere safe to play here.
I think it's a good shot. He can make it 5 and 3.
Yeah.
Oh, 39 was a better play. Okay.
Yeah, a blocking point. Just prime that anchor in. That makes some sense, but I think after you pointed out your play, I would have chosen that too. Looks strong to make 2 inner board points and make it scary to run off the anchor. 3-2, yeah. Simple play. Is this what we have? Could play the 2 down and the 3 in. You'd rather make the bar point. I like this. 2-1. We're gonna make a mountain. 4-1. What a strange play that is. Okay, technicality there that I'm not sure about. 6-3 is gonna be awkward. I guess it's just gonna play off the 8.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Five is a 5.
I guess we.
Just make an ace point.
Yeah, why not?
Or
Both of these players, though, are, you get to this moment in the holding game and you're looking for flexibility and things like that. You really don't like dumping checkers behind the anchor. They're gone for the game once they get back there.
right.
So he opts for a little more flexibility, he thinks, with that spare on the 4, but that's probably the last place you really want to spare here is directly in front of the anchor. They're a little bit better placed on the 5.
Well, I'm not sure. Michi
Yeah?
can maneuver something like this, or I probably like to play 13-10, 6-2. That's the
Yeah.
best play. Actually, 13-10, 6-2 is a better play because now you make a board, plus you could make a 10 point. And since he has 2 blocks inside, getting hit is not fatal at all.
Yeah.
This is not creative enough.
Yeah.
He's down so much in the race. He needs some more creativity here.
It's scary. I mean, he ruled out coming off the anchor, though, which he knew he needed to find some sort of offensive play, but he's just down too much in the race to give up that last hope. Just should keep that for now. And maybe he'll find it here, huh? This is possible that he could. Why not slot the bar and cover the 2? But it feels like what other play is there?
Oh, this is difficult. He could go 2 out too.
Oh, that is very strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just contain back here? Okay. Oh, making the boards a little bit better. Interesting. All these plays are tough for me. These mutual holding games can really get tricky. It's so tactical every moment of it. So we could make a point, but making the board seems to be Michi's priority here, so he's going to shoot for that. Yeah, I'm not really clear on this. You could make the 12, you can make the 13. Both of these seem like very strong plays, but you want to be ready for Thomas to run off his anchor, I suppose, and so covering is just too important here. Okay.
Is this double 6?
6 what? 6-2. So
Oh.
the 6 is forced. Wow.
And he has 20 seconds. He has to do something.
He's just got to pick one. There's not going to be. Oh, wow. There was a big difference there, too. I'm surprised. Not advancing. Advancing into the triple shot is required. Okay. Ace 3. I would think you would want something aimed at the bar, but okay. Tiny plays here. And Michi's in a good position here again. Yeah, making, okay. The loose hits required?
Yeah.
Got it.
Go for gammon.
Yeah.
And he has
Oh
a box.
yeah. Because he's got the turn cube. That would get him to one last DMP game. Wow, we've got Xavier in the chat. Everyone's got a question for you.
Six goes to the 6 point.
Yeah, this looks strong. Right.
Well,
Should be a
Michi can
huge-
win like 40% gammons here.
Yeah?
And it could be DMP with 20 seconds left.
Yeah.
So maximize the builder.
Mm-hmm.
Ace is okay, but most likely he
Yeah.
will be closed out anyways.
Thomas is still going to have to do a lot of work to give up that PR battle, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He will end up below 2 or something.
Okay, he could just win the match here, too, with a little bit of luck. A lot bit. But yeah. There we go.
You mean Backgammon by Michi?
Right. Yeah. Oh, I was thinking
Okay.
the other way, but I like it. Yeah,
Well, Michi can roll an ace and win
Yeah.
Backgammon.
Yeah, there you go.
Not impossible.
And
Here we
okay,
go.
step one. This was his plan all along. He
Yeah.
really didn't want to just close him out when he could get that third checker. Oh, wow, okay.
Oh,
That's
he's
a
not gonna give
saver.
up.
We've got Xavier in the chat, Mochi, saying he's multitasking right now, working on XG3 for us while he watches the stream. Yeah, that's awesome. Glad we could keep you entertained while you're doing the good work.
1-3. Wow, this is interesting.
It's not an auto hit. Oh yeah, you can come in on the 3. I didn't even think of that. Why voluntarily prime yourself, huh?
The natural looking would be hitting the ace point, but then
Yeah,
you might.
that is something to think about though. Wow,
Alright.
and they're almost tied. Okay, again, best players are finding those decision points. Know that there's something to think about. 4-1 is not great, but he survives.
Yeah.
Unduplicate the 6, right? Yeah, there we go. I like that. Yeah. David Klaus is not really concerned with whether or not XG3 can play containment or back games or anything. He just wants a small grammatical change. If he can get that out with the set up instead of setup, he'll be happy. Got it. 4-2. He's struggling to cover. Okay. Had a lot of rolls to do. He escaped at least. What does this create any new covers?
You know what?
Oh, there we
With
go.
3 men
5-2.
on the bar, there's 6% backgammon.
6%. Okay.
6%. So
That's a good
Michi
reference.
is actually favorite to win the match already.
Yeah.
I think, right? I mean,
Yeah, that's fair. That's
Gammon
fair.
is almost guaranteed. It's actually Gammon is not guaranteed,
Yeah,
so may
60%.
not be the favorite, but it's like even.
Oh wow, 80% it said. I didn't think that it was that high with 3 on the bar.
3 on the bar is strong.
Yeah. I would have guessed it would, because I thought 2 on the bar was like in the 40s, so I would have guessed it jumped to 60 or something like that, but amazing. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Not the ideal bear-off position, so his gammons and backgammons are going down a little bit unless he can kind of clean this up. Odd on the outside too. A little bit of life for Thomas here. Okay. Just a set for Michi to fix everything here. 6-1 will do. I imagine 3-2, but yeah. He's going to think about it. He's going to remember what he wrote in his book about this. About oh, and then he plays the 2-1. I wonder why he chose that one.
I think he.
Keep a board longer
Yeah.
and play for gammons and backgammons or something. He
Yeah,
might think
that
he
is
needs to
what
go a
he's
little more
thinking.
aggressive. Oh, and we can get to. That seems strange when you can. He made that play pretty quick too. I guess he's down to 2 minutes of bank. Wonder if he's feeling pressure himself. I would have thought because he can gain a whole roll, I would have thought about trying to take 3 checkers off on that last play, the double 2s.
No, it wasn't
He can
necessary.
lose. Yeah.
His play was better.
Yeah.
He is big favorite to win Gammon here.
Yes, Justin, please do bring Neil and Victor for
6.
next year. But yeah, okay, Gammon won, and we're at DMP. 1 point match, and Michi is doing everything he can to salvage a point out of this match. One of them pretty unlikely. A well-played game by both in that one too, or reasonably well played. Not on average for him, I guess, but look at this. The way to play under a 2 is to have no blunders. Thomas is showing us that.
DMP. think split is best play for money. I think it's best for the score too.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't know the split there. I thought with the checker still on the ace, you might as well block it with the bar. Okay, this is a familiar position for Thomas, I think. I think he was dealing with these stacks last time. Oh, he's got choices. The 20 is the better point, right? But it's not so clear when you have such a strong board and
Yeah, I
naturally
guess
build
he
the
should
4.
go for the 4 point.
Yeah?
It's such a stronger.
Even into those stacks,
Pressure.
huh? I would have a very hard time with that. And they're close, but
But this force Thomas to play safe, and it
Yeah.
gets even uglier. Oh, 8-3 is a better play. Okay,
yeah.
but it's very hard.
That's how bad the 6 stack is, but yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And he doesn't have time to deal with it, so he's just going
No.
to make a play down
He
to
gotta
21
do
and a
it.
half. Yeah. Okay. Does Michi even need the anchor there? That's not super clear to me either, but sure. I guess against giant stacks. And again, reasonable. We just got to get something moving. Okay, 5 prime for Michi. He's looking very strong. Very
Yeah,
big
yeah.
favorite to win this match now after being down on
Oh,
0
wow.
points on the Crawford game. And
5-3.
wow, what a nightmare this is.
I
This
don't
couldn't
think,
be uglier for Thomas.
No, I don't think it's the best play.
Yeah,
I would slot the 3 and then go to the ace point. I
Yeah.
mean, slot the 5.
you got to just keep your last asset. And I mean, a 6 stack is bad, a 7 stack is just not allowed, right? I think. I thought that was actually against the rules.
7 ticket on 8 point.
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to put 7 on a point. Maybe in Gibraltar it's different though.
Yeah.
2-1, okay, very big improvement for Thomas. That was important to get up to the edge and have that anchor. And he's made some development. He's got some life in this game now. Grabbing,
Yeah.
4s is a killer.
Yeah.
That's
This is a
about
winner.
game over. Yeah. I guess the race is still close enough where,
Wow.
Thomas has actually gotten out of this in way better shape than he was in for a little bit here. With that 7 and 5 stack, he's got some life now to build his board behind that anchor. And there could be some late game contact that kind of saved this game for him, He can still play his 3-point anchor game with decent race.
It's true, but he's a huge underdog anyway.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, double 4s isn't going to help the cause.
And don't you think it's amazing that he was leading 6-0
Yeah.
and his opponent was 2 on the bar against 5-point board and he just rolled double aces and he kept dancing and then his opponent kept rolling 6.
Yeah.
Then overlooked the slot and he won it anyway.
That's what, after this match, we'll have to check out that file and see what his match winning chances have to be pretty close to 0 there, right?
Yeah.
He's fighting for his
Yeah.
post-Crawford equity there. That's
Right. Maybe
very
like
close.
2% or something.
Yeah. Very low, very low. But that's backgammon. That's why it's fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and Thomas is still just going to try to play that simple game, wait
Yeah.
for Michi to crash into and through his anchor, and hope he can race somehow,
Now I'm almost sure Thomas play below 2 in this game. I mean, this match.
Yeah,
There's no decision left.
yeah. He had a couple tough ones that he made some mistakes on in this game, but not big mistakes, so he's okay.
Oh, the biggest blunder could be loss on time. Lose
Yeah,
on
yeah.
time. If that happens, it's gonna be like 500. Then he gotta give up like 20% winning chance. So
I don't see that one happening. Double 5s might be awkward. It plays okay. We're going to go to the 2, and then I guess we clear from the rear. I guess it's not, all of a sudden Michi's not that much ahead in the race that maybe he wants to block the higher numbers. This makes some sense.
yeah, Mitch is up only 6 pips. So
Yeah.
I don't think he should give up the 6th point. I don't think this is the idea.
Oh, wow. Look at this. It
Is
is
play?
best. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
But
This
they're
was a play.
nearly tied.
Okay,
Nearly tied.
I'm
yeah.
not gonna argue with Michi.
Yeah.
Aha. So here comes the decision.
Oh yeah, big decision too. I think
I don't know.
you got to rely on your prime for a roll. I think he's not a
Yeah,
favorite to roll
yeah,
a 6.
yeah,
He's got the better board, and there's a lot of life.
Yeah, too many numbers. If he makes a 3, leaves like 14 numbers.
Yeah, it's a lot, and you just I guess you don't lose every one of those either, but it still seems like too much.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he does it.
He's going to look at it for sure. And he's under a minute having to, he's going to be challenged to think about this fast enough too. And look, the plays are pretty close. He's going to rewind. This is his last decision,
Yeah,
I guess
this is
he's
the
pretty
last
sure.
decision.
So,
Most likely.
yeah. So you should be okay. And there we go. He finds the best play. Well done. Both of them in really spending all their time. They must be feeling the pressure to win that PR battle to be. And look at that. Even with that massive error that Michi made, he's got himself down in the oversight play, down in the 4 range here, right? And
this he has to hit. I think.
You got to take the chance and just swing for having the game over, especially since he's going to have. Oh no, because now Thomas is a favorite to get out and escape to race. That's a big one. And sure enough, he rolls the 5-4, and this is close to even now. Yeah. Not close to even, okay. It looks like it's still a 2-1 dog. But that's in a lot of those end game situations too. You hit, a third of the time you get hit, you still have a little bit of life, but when you don't, it's pretty much over, right? So you take those swings when it's really going to end the game. Time to do it. And when the race is so close and you give him so many chances to win, you just kind of got to go for it. But Michi's hanging on to the race for now. May not get punished by that mistake. Looks like it could work. That is, I think, the best way to win this format is to win games probably first. But no, he does have to win the PR somewhere.
Oh, 15 seconds.
Yeah, this is important not to lose it on this one.
My heart rate goes up. 10 seconds.
I think you're stressing way more than him. Same with Michi, right? Michi's heart rate's a little bit up there. Well, Thomas is cool. He's just like, I'm going to take my time to think about this. I got at least 10 seconds to spend. Why not? You know? We talked about that. You never get that 10 seconds back if you don't spend it. Oh, I think we got people talking about transcription features too. I think you can change names in the middle of a match. It's another not super intuitive thing, but it's just like the certain settings change when you're in transcription mode again. So try some menu options out with that. I think it's edit profiles the way you do it, something like that.
All right, so Thomas needs a sets, a big sets.
Mm-hmm.
Not
6
this
one's
one,
not
so he
good
has
enough.
created some numbers.
Still possible.
Yeah, maybe 4-3.
Yeah, what's more important here? Taking a checker off next time or
Play in
playing
time.
for sets?
Play something.
Oh, that's a good idea. Well, he had so much time. He left like 4.3 on there. Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Okay.
Wow.
Very nice. Wow, what a result. Look at again, down to 4.63 after that giant oversight too. So even players like this, you know, they lose their concentration for a moment, just don't see a play and still play in that range, like somewhere that a lot of our average players probably struggle to get down to ever. So while they kind of check in here, you know, I think we're going to get the match sent to us. We might get to review it a little bit here. Going to ask my friends over here in the booth if they want to take a small break here. Yeah? Okay. We're going to cut away for a break, see if we can get that file to review some of the key decisions in there. Maybe we'll talk to Michi or Thomas, and otherwise we'll get started soon. See you back in a little bit. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
on the winds tonight as our bursting garden shoots intertwine. The creature comforts when we're cold, a cocoon to curling cuddle folds. When the creatures cover up our shoulders, enveloped, we almost forget to breathe. The stones lay in flower beds, you arranged and rearranged them to fit. It's creative fingers green, like the perfect mother I'd ever seen. Creature comforts when we're cold, a cocoon to curling cuddle folds. And when the creatures cover up our shoulders, enveloped, we almost forget to breathe.
Hey everybody, we're back. You can see we're setting back up at the board. We're going to get going pretty quickly here. Lots of talk in the chat about Thomas coming into this one as a favorite for certain. But we saw almost an even more unlikely turnaround in the semis between Hans Lieby and Hideaki Ueda. So a lot can happen, right? It is quite a bit of equity that Thomas has to give up relative to what happens to Michi. But again, very simply, Michi can he doesn't need to gain that full 0.7. If he just outplays and wins the match, that's an easy way to do it, right?
Yeah.
Or he has those chances of Thomas, leaking it up to lose the PR battle and tying it too. So lots of chances, but yes, there's definitely an edge to Thomas here going in with the better PR average and that 1-1 tie. So yeah, it's going to be tough, but big swings, lots of luck in backgammon. So who knows which way the match point is going to go, and lots of luck in decisions too. So who really, with two players that play so evenly, who knows which way the PR battle in one match is going to go too. Lots can happen. Yeah, we got people estimating 90 plus. I don't know about that at all. I doubt it.
What is 90 plus?
Thomas Christensen to win this now?
No.
Yeah, what do you think?
Because Michi can just win the match and PR.
Exactly.
Which is like 25%,
Yeah, it must happen a ton.
Assuming they're equal players.
Right. So if
they're close equal.
Yeah. 90 plus so Thomas is saying most likely Thomas is going to have the best average PR by the end of this match. He's likely to have the tiebreaker.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe
plus.
90 plus
Okay.
percent. Yeah, we're giving all the wisdom about the transcribing skills here too. I've done quite a few matches myself, so I'm finding out about some of these tricks pretty late in the game. Bit of a bummer there, but yeah, some of those are frustrating. Okay, we got questions again. Who you're most afraid to have to play in Monte Carlo between the three players left now?
Well, I don't really afraid anybody, but I'd like to play Christensen.
Yeah, I gotcha. You think you have the best chances, or you're just most excited to play that player? For some reason?
It's the best for the event. It's more colorful rather than having Japanese final, I guess.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. There is a really, when you come to these international events, you get the feel for it more clearly. But there's a pretty intense rivalry between the Danes and the Japanese, I've noticed. There's a lot, you guys get a lot of credit in the lists and things like that, with Michi and Mochi being on the top of the list. But a lot of the Danish folks think that they could outplay those players, either you or play on the same level with you, right, any day of the week, and that there's probably more Danish players that can do that too, right? So I think they feel that not getting the same credit, right? And so they would love to, I think, get out there and have someone to perform for their country, So I think that would be a really good matchup too, but we'll see what happens here. There's a lot of people in the chat that would love to see you and Michi play too, being that 1 and 2 ranks like we said already. Yeah.
Or me against Ueda.
Yeah, I think that would be great
interesting
too, right? The young star coming in, that would be awesome. Really, I don't think there's a bad matchup that's possible there.
No.
Yeah. All right, we're asking too, if you're enjoying turning in, please do like the channel, subscribe to it, share it out with your friends and stuff, whatever options you have. Helps us out to have more people seeing this. It's really getting that visibility is what allows us to get this awesome production value and everything. Super exciting that we're getting to do all this. Really, the crew back here has been amazing. I still can't believe.
Oh, he's talking about this 2-1.
Oh,
Yeah.
the 2-1. Yeah. I see.
Yeah, I mean, he really overlooked many plays. This is almost overlook. 6-3 was overlook.
Yeah.
And what else? He did something gigantic. I don't remember.
Yeah, I imagine he got to see that too. Hopefully he's it's not getting in his head too much, that mistake, right? It might help you to know that you need to look a little closer, but at the same time, it can have you second guessing yourself, spending time and mental energy where you don't need to.
That's true.
So yeah, I hope he manages to still bring his A game here. So you've got like, if you manage to pull off an all Japanese final, then maybe you don't have to travel to Monte Carlo to play, right? That could factor into what you're rooting for. I suppose you'll probably all be there either way, though, huh? It's a good
Oh,
tournament.
it started.
Here we go.
Oops.
Oh, yeah.
Transcription is not
Good
started.
call, Hans. Yeah. Players are ready. The transcriber is not. He's about there, though. There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
This looks
here we go.
promising now. 3-2 split. This is how we opened last time with
Right,
the 3-1 to
right.
follow from Michi.
And
Right.
what was the last time? 3-1?
3-1 was it? Yeah.
That was sixes.
Yeah,
okay.
sixes is probably stronger than the
Great
3-1,
start.
right?
Remember, Michi has to win both PR and results
Yes, yes.
because Michi is so underdog in the PR average, so he
Yeah.
needs to win both of them in this match.
That's an interesting tight decision there, too, by the way. The blocking point in the outfield versus the anchor. Common theme with that sixes, like early game sixes, that you want to take a lot of risks to make a point in the outfield in front of the anchor. Okay, and this is 6-2, not a lot to do with that, yeah. 5-2, so I think we'll be making it. The 5 is not pleasant, but it's okay, it's okay. 3-2, I don't think this is our time to run off the anchor, but we are running out of time already. This is an interesting play. Got so much ammo in the zone. But leading the race, I just, it wouldn't be what I would think of. I would think I want to stick to that game plan. But burying to the ace looks really bad too, right? This is the only racing play, the only truly safe one. And look at that. First play that Michi looks like is the top one selected by SG too. I might think about running off my anchor, an opportunity to do that, but I suppose with no board, you're just not supposed to do that, huh?
Yeah, no reason to give a triple shot here.
Yeah, that is a triple
Yeah.
shot. Yeah, okay, okay.
I'm go with the dumping to the ace point
Yeah.
because you have 6 checkers stuck on the ace point. I
Yeah.
mean 6 point.
Mm-hmm.
But a computer likes to play 5 point. That is understandable, of course.
Yeah. It's really pretty rare that making your 5 points a big error, if an error at all, right?
It's
So
true.
it's a good hedge play. So strong, such a key piece of structure in backgammon to make that next point next to your 6. And it is very scary to hit with just 1 and continue there when your opponent's still going to have 10 checkers left in the zone even after the hit and a better board than you. So you can see the merit to it. Yes, this seems like the thematic play, so very understandable.
Yeah, not bad.
And what is 6-4 going to do? We're going to make not a very pure point, but our board gets a little stronger, so okay, okay.
2 down.
Yeah. This clears a point we're trying to clear, and Michi's trying to escape with sets from his anchor, presumably. 6-2, man. Thomas is not getting a lot of help here. Neither of them are. They're getting a lot of awkward rolls. Not sure what the best he can do with this is.
I think double slot.
Double slot.
11-5-6-4.
Yeah, that looks
No,
pretty.
no.
You can't do this. I
No,
think you
he
do have
would
to
not
get rid of
gonna
the
do it.
11,
He
right?
Just show it, but
So
he's not serious.
yeah, I didn't look at the double slot. I see the 11-5, and I thought maybe you would reduce somehow by playing 11-9, but yeah, this is
Oh, okay.
interesting. Yeah, the double slot is better. 4-2, he is going to hit either way if he wanted, but does he want to with that blot back on the ace and the racing lead? Once again, given the dump to the ace last time, I'm not sure that we're any more excited now to do it, right? So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he should make ace points and not hit. He doesn't wanna leave 3 blots when he's reading, I don't know, like 20 pips.
Yeah. This is pretty rich. I mean, I don't know if I can count as high as how many shots this is, right?
Something like 24 something, I don't know.
Yeah. It's too high. You can't
1,
count
2,
that
3,
high.
2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 2, 4. Yeah, like 23 or 24.
Probably best to count the rolls that missed there.
Is it 4-1?
4-1, okay.
Just
Strong
make the
roll.
5 point.
Twice.
Oh, 8465.
Oh, interesting. It still wants to. There is that value in just that purity. Going to build a little quicker. Probably more productive sixes when you stay out there. You can really go for it when you're down in the race against that early sixes bar point. Seen that happen a lot. And sure enough, we rolled a 6-5. Oh, but this is pretty. The 2 outplay is an option here, and this looks strong. We're containing the anchor pretty well. Hate to give up a fly shot, but it's a good opportunity. And Michi's board is getting very strong, so those fly shots are getting scarier and scarier, but a little bit for everybody here. Yeah, simple point. What else would we do? I don't think we want to stay back there loose against such a strong board. Five, 4. Yeah, Michi's got the timing trouble, so he's got to at least glance at that, but I don't see running into a double shot here.
Yeah, and his
Yeah.
racing read is not enough already.
Yeah.
He has only 12 pips read after the shot.
And Thomas is likely to have to give something up on this roll, but he rolls a very small roll that allows him to develop his board instead. 5-3, yeah, we're getting into decision time here. Interesting technique there. 2s. So I think Thomas is just trying to preserve contact right now, probably, since Michi has very challenging structure situation now, right? And I guess the best way to have time to keep that is probably to give up the 10 here.
Yeah.
And so this switch is 2 and pure, right? If you do happen to hit, you're going to really regret having given up such a good point. So I think you got to keep that. I don't think it's worth keeping the blocking points. Yeah, and he's going to look at the certain ones now and decide if he wants to keep the 10 or the 8. And again, I think this is just long-term more flexible. It's going to allow him to stay there for the double shot for the longest. Okay, transcriber needs a second to catch up on the 2s. 6-5. Yep. Can't volunteer it, so he's just going to start breaking his board and risks being pulled off on a 6 other than 6-1 every roll for a while here now. So scary position for Michi. Does he need to save the 5 now too? Is that his priority? He chooses not to here. This looks the best for his board strength and the easiest to maintain during contact, but of course more shot leaving rolls after this play.
I like his play.
Yeah?
You want to keep the pip. You want to keep the race read here.
Yeah. And 5-4, ooh, that doesn't seem likely. I'm inclined to just give up my 8. And he could be the first to leave the 6, but just you want that contact too much to give it up. Nice of Thomas to be showing us all his thought process, though. I like this. And okay, so Michi's got enough race that I don't think we can cube with the 17 shots here, especially 2 blots on board. All this, no gammons at risk really, but great winning chances here, right? And a huge swing on this roll. And the 5-2 is not the best, but it's going to preserve a decent board. I guess we lift the blot. Why not, right? 2 dead checkers either way, and in case we have to hit next time. Okay, XG likes that play too. Must be better for the race somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the race is still pretty tight, so given that Michi might not get past, I don't think he's going to have a cube here. But he's clearly going to have some market losers. He just has some anti-market losers too, right?
Yeah, Michi is reading 7 pips, but he has some checkers on the ace point and deuce point, and plus he has some 6-point open, plus some contact, so I don't think it's double.
Yeah.
It's really close, yeah. Now he can double, if assuming he rolls something small.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still close enough where he's getting a lot of value out of claiming this game, right? Could go either way, and it can't be worth more than a point, right? It's still going to be a take, we can see by the evaluation here.
But now it's a double.
Yeah, should be a double.
Since he's reading 7 pips, although it's not real 7 pips, probably like 5 pips, but it's still enough to double.
Yeah, short race. Thomas's distribution isn't perfect either with that extra checker on the 2, so A little bit of compensation there. And this is I forget if either of them has made. I mean, they've played both pretty clean this game so far, right?
Yeah.
Been relatively straightforward, not a ton of big decisions. I'm not sure who that favors at this point, but keeping both of them low for now. Yeah, both of them, look at that, way under 1. Their combined PR is well under 1. I think you take off the 3 here. Maybe you want to take off the high point, I don't know. But, oh yeah, okay, interesting. It's a fun little decision. 2 off, Michi's maintaining his racing lead. Not too bad. Ooh.
Ooh.
And now Thomas has a clear advantage, and Michi's going to have to roll well to not be eating a recube here. And 9 pips, is this enough to... This looks like almost like a pure 5 roll to 5 roll,
But
with a little bit of risk on Michi's side, right?
yeah,
So this
Michi has
is-
even number, so he's not allowed to make any mistake.
Yeah.
And Thomas can miss
Yeah.
once, right?
This looks like a cube.
Yeah,
If he
plus-
gets the 4
yeah.
roll, especially if there's any miss, he can definitely lose the
it's
market.
a
Oh,
huge
wow.
plus.
I would not have guessed that immediately. It looks like, but I guess Michi can't be the favorite really to stay on this, on lead roll with Thomas, huh? That's the big issue with this.
I mean, Michi needs roll some sets, and that should be a big set.
Yes.
Double 5 or double 6s. Double
Yeah.
3 doesn't even make it.
Yeah. So he doesn't have the roll
So it's
position.
not pure 5 roll where
Right.
any double counts, right? So that's why this is such a huge pass, and Michi knows about it.
Yeah.
So both players play pretty well.
I guess that's a way that Michi could get it too, right? Is he the one at the .23 versus the .59 right now? What an amazing result that would be if he won the match and then won the PR on a PR battle like this.
Yeah.
Both under 1 or something like that. Oh man. I guess we have to go to plus court if that happens too. But okay, easy opening run, and I think this is the score that we started the first match at too, right? This interesting 7-away, 5-away score, where Michi's going to be inclined. Yeah, he found an early double last game, I remember. That was just a hair early, but really technically pretty good. Okay. Both checkers escaped, but that 7 stack isn't going to develop too easy, so a little bit for everybody in this game. But small advantage to Michi already here, having escaped both bad checkers.
Right. He's 1 shake away before double,
Yep,
but that shake should be a good number,
he will be for a while.
and this is not. He
Yeah,
now
what's the
plays
best here?
34.
Well, yeah, we've got all the options with 2 blots in the board there too, but yeah, okay. 13-4 is fine. And so white's going to develop a little bit. Looks like making the 3 might be the best we can do, and then the 2 down. Sure.
Maximizing the builder.
Yep. Okay, again, we're 1 roll away, and he can't do anything with his checker on the 4.
Yeah.
So he's going to make some structure, but again, if he can get missed, he's getting closer. Warmer.
It's getting really close now.
Wow, what is our best option now? If we run away, we're down 9 with some structural inefficiencies. This is really close to, still to pass territory. So you're not inclined to do this, to have 1 checker primed behind good structure. You know, you kind of need the anchor in this game. I'm not sure I see a plan B, though, with this roll.
Well, you can play 13-8-6-4.
Yeah, you think this is our best? I suppose we're not really under attack risk, so we want to stay spread out, keep coverage of the board. Yeah, looks like a strong play. Yeah.
It's really close to double.
Yeah, oh, this is going to be a market
yeah,
loser.
Now past the market, I think.
Yep, we're going to cover. And I don't think we're going to have too good decisions to think about on a fan or anything like that. But
It was a double. It was a double.
oh,
before
wow,
double.
yeah. Can't miss out on those opportunities. So I don't think this play matters too much for Thomas, right? Probably cover the 5, but he's going to be in tough shape after this with 2 checkers back to Michi's 0. I don't see him continuing this game. I think it's just over.
True.
Yeah. Oh, look at this.
So he's way up in the race.
He's spending clock time when he should know that he's going to pass on any outcome. I guess he can find a way to make it too good just by a hair. This would be if he was thinking ahead to thinking about how can I bait a PR error, like get him to cube something that's technically too good. That's next level stuff, but I sincerely doubt it. I think he's just trying to find the best play here.
Yeah, I don't think he's thinking about potential cube action.
Yeah.
He's just trying to find the best play here.
Yeah.
Then think about the cube if it comes.
But he really should be aware of that this is just clearly a pass, whatever he does, you know. I guess you have to think about it in case Michi does choose to play on, then it's relevant. I'll give it that. But this would be neat if this was really like, well, I guess the most he can give up is exactly what Michi will give up in cubing, right? Mm-hmm. So there's no way he can actually gain on this. I was thinking if he made a play that made it slightly too good and then Michi cubed, then it's the same. It's a wash on equity. But
what if he play on us?
Yeah, then he gave up. That's true. That's true. Yeah. Look at this, 0.32 to 0.64. Pretty good play. Pretty good play. And here it comes. Yeah, we're still, look at that, almost like break even, too good decision. So it should be a very easy pass for Thomas. I hope he wasn't thinking that much about the play because he thinks he can play this out. I know every backgammon player of that is guilty of this at some point or another. You just see hope in positions, right? When you're behind the checkers, you think you can make it work. But I hope he knows that this one is just too much.
Yes. When Mitch is reading a race and escaped all backmen, and Mitch is down 0-2, and Thomas doesn't even have an anchor, so he could lose gammon. So he is down in all aspects of the game, and he's no way to take the cube, even for money.
Yeah.
And it's, as you see, it's a huge blunder for this score. If he's gonna take this throw up the entire series, actually, not only match, he could lose average payout too. But it's scary. He's thinking maybe 40 seconds now.
Yeah.
I mean, remember, he thought about 2 for a long time, so
that'll trick you sometimes.
He actually thought it was a take. I mean, that's why he spent so much time on 2.
Or thought it might be, yeah.
Wow.
But sometimes thinking that long, like you invest that much time in the play too, and now you're invested in, like, I want to not have wasted a bunch of time on a simple pass. Like, you recognize exactly what we were talking about afterward, right? And you can talk yourself into things like this. But yeah, I expect he'll find the pass here still. But interesting thing to note here too, we can see what the error is, which is about 361 if he is to take this instead of passing, which is still only half of what the difference was in the last game.
Oh, right? Yeah? Okay.
So he hasn't gotten himself all the way to the tiebreaker, right? But then again, Michi's going to be a favorite to win the PR and the match if he takes this.
So this is too good.
I mean, this is a big moment here.
Wow. Now he's thinking more than 1 minute.
Yeah.
And he's still not sure.
All I can think is that, he finds it.
Great decision.
Whew.
Oh, it scared everybody.
They're making us nervous for the players.
Right.
It's fascinating how easy that looks from our perspective, right? And I know I've been in that position too, where for some reason, I'm tricked about it. But okay. Strong open here for Michi with the 4-2 point, one of the better openings, and we're going to split the challenge, that 8 point to start. And this 6-away, 5-away score isn't as sensitive as that 7-away, 5-away, but still incentive for Michi to come a little bit earlier with the cube. Double ones is going to make the 5, and now that he's split, we don't want to make the bar, I don't think. But our other options aren't great. What is this going to be, like 22 and 5? We're not going to make the 23. 22, this is reasonable too. There we go, and he finds the stack the builder up play.
Michi should hit on the 3-point.
Interesting. That's I don't see a ton of development threat, so it's not clear to me. But what makes you so certain of that? Like I hit.
Don't think he has a better option.
Yeah, there's nothing
Oh,
else.
he could do that. Okay.
Yeah, it's good for distribution, and it's, you know, you don't love attacking back there. Yeah, they're very close.
Okay.
Yeah. Very close plays. Fours. Yeah, you wouldn't let your opponent roll fours. I see why you would have made that play. Yeah, this has got to be best to just make your 5 prime, right? Kind of like to do something with your back checkers too, but huge advantage for Thomas, and I think Michi's got to perform here to avoid getting a cube, even with the leading score. And there's certainly going to be some market loss here.
Oh,
I imagine
interesting.
that we got to send this, right?
Would you double here?
I think so. I just like a direct 3, 5, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. There's probably some double 5s as a killer roll, right? There's just so many where we're going to be in the driver's seat to win a gammon. Even with the asymmetric score, I know some recubes can come back, but it's not, when we don't kill it on this roll either, we're not in too bad a shape or anything like that, right? We're still going to have a well-defined advantage in the game if we fan, right? So I feel like a cube's got to come here.
So, every 3 plus 2, 1, and double ace and double 2 plus 5, 2. So it's gonna be like 17 numbers.
Yeah.
Plus 5, 4 is good, and double 5 is good.
Mm-hmm.
So like
Double
20
threes is
numbers.
above average. Yeah.
No, double 3 we counted.
Yeah. But I think the other factor here too, right, is that after a lot of these rolls, especially if Michi fans somehow, it's probably too good, right? And you really hate to risk getting to that kind of position on one, and should be a pretty easy take for Michi, but he's going to think about it a little bit. Because of course, you know, Thomas can just miss, but actually I guess I would have trouble with this in Michi's shoes too, because as we were saying here, even when Thomas misses, he's got such great structure for the long term that he's still going to be in great shape no matter what happens on this roll. Interesting ace-4. I didn't think about this. The simple split seems to make a lot of sense, but the attack too and still going for the gammon with that loose blot on the board has some merit to it as well. And they're very, very close. You can see the, you know, do you want to win or do you want a gammon? Is kind of the difference in game plan here. After you send the cube, you're more incented to make attacking plays like this, of course, too.
Wow.
Oh, threes, what a return this is.
Wow. This is a huge joker.
Wow.
Now,
Who's winning?
Well, Michi is probably winning. And
Wow.
Michi is close to cube already because of the
5-2, yeah. I guess Thomas has no time for this prime. He's got the slightly better prime. They've got the same number of checkers back. And so I can see a ton of wins in this, but the recube is going to be much higher take, well, I don't know about much higher take point, but higher take point for sure at this asymmetric score. Do you know exactly what it is here, Michi? And maybe someone in the chat can tell us too. But 5 away, 6 away, you don't want to play for 4. You really don't like that very much. I guess you get to a pretty good score, so I bet it's probably not too much past 25 or something like that. But Michi is going to have to send this a little more aggressively than he would for money.
Yeah, but what is the market loser here? Double 4 and 6-1.
I think the market losers, true to a prime versus prime game, are probably more on Thomas's side. I mean, certainly something like 4s or 5s are probably going to be a problem, right?
This should be an easy take.
Yeah, I think so. And look at this,
Okay.
he found it right in the window.
Wow, it's very impressive. I wouldn't have doubled this,
Yeah.
but it was a double by
Yeah.
a tiny margin. I mean,
Yeah,
small
not a
margin.
money double, but at the score, you know, we're close enough. We clearly have the timing advantage. We have similar primes, though we're a little bit behind in that value. And same checkers back. So yeah, I think Thomas is probably, I expect him to find a take here. he must know that he has tons of winning chances, right? Even when things go horribly wrong, he's got an ace-point game to play.
Hey, he's gonna take this for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I mean, it's very hard to find a pass. Basically, nothing happened yet.
Yeah.
Of course, he's out of timing, but he can just roll 6 anytime.
Yeah. We are here in 25%-ish take point in the chat here, too. I think that sounds about right to me, too. Okay, we got people betting on Thomas to pass. I think if you've been paying attention, he's going to spend 2 to 3 minutes of clock time and then take. And, you know, even though we all knew he was taking, he's going to make sure he spends the bank to find that right play. I think that's what's about to happen. Yeah, amazing play by both of them. I mean, look at these little, I mean, not only are there not blunders, there's basically been no errors, right? I mean, if you want to define that in like the 0.05 range or something like that, there's been little technical deficiencies, but not even enough to bring them anywhere in the PR zone. And even in a situation like this, right, this is razor thin margin for cube action. And Michi's still finding this and making sure he doesn't leak the 0.041 of equity on that cube decision.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. And so making the 8 is going to be strong here. You don't love giving up the midpoint, but what else are you going to do?
You don't want to play 6-4 either. So.
Right, exactly. This is going to
And
give you
double
ways to
6
make the
is a
bar.
good roll anyway, so only number he given up is 6-4.
Yeah, very true, very true. He's going to think about it, though. He's nervous, you know. They're game-winning shots pretty much, it feels like, so. And wow, are they tight when we look at the analysis. Look at that, even in XG actually does prefer keeping the midpoint
Oh,
by
yeah?
a small
All right.
amount. Yeah, I mean,
So look at this for one. He creates
Wow.
a fruit prime now.
he's got a 6 prime, so yeah, any 6
Yeah.
is going to be great. But I think what a great
wow.
response by Michi.
So make bar for sure.
And then that gets on the 4s to close out the prime. I like that. Finds that little
Okay.
technicality. This looks strong.
Yeah, Michi made double 4 to walk.
Yep. And now Thomas is stuck cracking right away, but still has a prime to work with. This can still work. 4-1. Simple plays for Michi, I assume. I don't know if 4s is the priority anymore, so I would be thinking about just coming into the 5, but this is whatever this is too. Oh, I see. He could have, by playing to the 8 and the 5, he makes 3s close it out now. So I think, you know, you're not always looking for sets, but in this situation, you're looking for those rolls that might otherwise crack you, right? And so making sets productive is pretty strong in rolling these primes home. Someone in the chat's asking if they're robots. Yes, I believe they are. Japan's best artificial intelligence against, you know, the Danish artificial intelligence. It's impressive stuff. The 6, is this hitting off the edge? Is thematic in this? Yeah, so you can't just roll home safe. You're not happy to be hit, of course, but your opponent will still be stuck behind the prime and try to close out. He's still under pressure to roll that 5 and escape. You don't like that Thomas gets to keep his prime necessarily, is kind of a bummer about it. But still some strong winning chances for Thomas here. Obviously, Michi, ooh, what is, you leave yourself with these 5s to cover now too, but you don't want to spend it on that, right? You need to spend it on escaping. So this is a tough play. What do we,
Yeah, this is really interesting play here.
wow.
I don't know which is better. He could come out with 5-6, leaving a bunch of numbers behind, but
Yeah.
he does escape the 5 prime, so
Yeah.
that's huge.
My friends in the UK say it's a crime not to hop the prime.
Right.
So, but in this situation, I think there's, with no anchor in
Oh.
this priming game, I kind of like that you can roll through it, right? The worst thing that happens is you run out of 6s already on the offensive side and they're blocked. Your 5s escape, and so it's going to be tough to crack too hard if you can just close your opponent out. So you have a little bit of artificial timing to escape that prime here. So I think the attacking play seems pretty reasonable to me, but no, okay, it's a huge error to have made the attacking play. This is much better, and Michi finds the right play. Great job for him. Ace is pretty strong. We love the anchor. We don't love to have to play the 3, though. I don't know what this is. Interesting. It doesn't feel so desperate that we need to suicide split. I think saving a gammon's pretty strong, too, right?
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
think it's necessary here.
Yeah.
Because even after he funds, his winning chance is so slim.
Right.
So you don't want to risk that much to
Yeah.
get that slim equity.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like 7 to 4. 6-3 is not that bad, but
No.
it's an error.
I did forget about the discounted gammon value holding a 4 cube in this short match, 6 away, 5 away. So the gammons aren't worth very much. The winning's way more important, so you can play a little
okay.
more like DMP. Keeps his strongest prime. I like that play. Michi closes his. So really, there's not a lot that's going to save Thomas other than closing the 3-point here and then getting Michi to enter on the ace and start cracking.
Look at the PR. Mitch is reading
Oh.
.03 here.
This is what we talked about. What a way to win the match this would be. If he could roll it home, win a gammon here, and win 0.5 to 0.53 in the PR race. That would be amazing. And this doesn't seem right to me. This seems like you're banking everything on your opponent entering on the ace, I feel like. So I'm leaving the checker on the 3. I'm doing that right there, too. And hoping for the best. I don't know what else can happen. But I guess if he does enter on the ace, maybe it buys you some timing to keep your prime to be hit. So it could be stronger here. This is confusing to me. 9 to 4.
So best play is just...
Oh, not to play with the checker at all. Okay, yeah. You just
So
don't want to put the...
This is actually first significant mistake by Thomas.
Yeah. And very small, but we're in the real error territory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 43 is not a small error for him. I mean,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
them.
Yeah, pretty massive. Bringing him all the way up to the very human 1.1. Yeah. Oh, and he enters. He
did
had
want
his
it.
hope. He was really glad his game plan worked out. He was hoping to be hit, but then he needed to be fanning as well while Michi cracked. 6s looked like it could be an exciting roll, but with them blocked there, they're not going to help Michi crack yet. Ouch. 6-1 is not good. I guess we kill our 6s and just play in. I think it's same as last time, though, where you can't close the ace, can you? Because how does your opponent ever come in and crack their prime then? Unless your last game plan is just to save the gammon and roll through and try not to have more checkers back.
But how often can he win from here anyway?
Very true, not very. I mean, I guess we're only like
Oh, wow.
ace fan something is, we could be cracking already, right? So I think there's some chances in it, but interesting. And XG seemed to be okay with the play. Now I'm lost. I still don't want to close the, I tried this ace play last time. What am I going to do now?
Six, 5, 6, 3.
Interesting. How do you
So-
find this play?
Yeah, so you really want to get hit
Whew.
and keep dancing. Wow, he found it.
Yeah, he doesn't need to spend much bank on that, right? 1-5, there we go. This is what he's been playing for the whole time. And he's got a little bit of hope here. Fanning or an ace deuce could work. But there it is.
That's
And now,
amazing.
Michi's pretty much, without a 6, is going to crack his prime. And Thomas has a chance to roll a 6 and get some timing. Oh, and he rolls the 2 in the crucial moment. Okay. And there's going to be a lot of gammons in this position for Thomas as he crunches his board now.
I don't
tough
think
stuff.
Thomas is human.
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I think they're both robots. What about, okay, it's a technical play here. Just clear the 6. Try to reinforce your 5 and keep a board as long as you can. He's playing a little fast here. I wonder if he just worried about getting into timing trouble or something. But yeah, the best way is kind of to break that 6 and reinforce the 5 as early as you can.
Yeah, Thomas just imitate human.
Yeah. He does pretty well, though, imitating a human. Yeah. He's a lot like one. Pleasure to talk with. There we go. Okay, so it's likely that it transposes quite a bit, and Thomas is hoping that he can preserve this 4-point board for some contact the best he can.
But the Michi gonna win the match, actually. He's...
If he wins the gammon,
yeah. And this is book position, so he must know what the best play here.
Yeah.
Right.
No, in his book it says to make the mountain and not arrived at this position, I think. So it's tricky, but yeah. The checker off and fill the gap seems pretty strong.
Yeah.
You don't like putting a fifth checker on the deuce or stacking up that deep, so I'm sure he'll find this.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think so.
I can't see how he would
is-
make this play. This is a big gap in there, right?
Yeah.
Very against his own rules, like he said. It's been a while since he wrote the book. Maybe he needs to go back and read it. It could be, because I think he had a small bear-off technique error that he made in last match, right, too? So, time to go back to that, yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
He does find the right play anyways.
Oh, fascinating. Someone's pointing out here that if he makes any mistakes in this bear-off, that's enough, probably, to lose in the PR race, right?
Yeah.
So he really
Any
needs his
mistake
book
is
here.
enough.
It's got to be perfect,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's gotta be a perfect.
Yeah. 5-4.
And it's
okay.
not that hard.
Yeah, this should be a lot of forced moves. So 5-4, man. Thomas
Wow,
is
Michi
trashed
is
his board.
huge favorite to win gammon here.
Yeah.
6-3. He's probably like 70% gammon. Oh,
Oh.
77. 7
Okay.
7.
Yeah. It's almost what a. I kind of like rooting for blood in backgammon here, and I would love to see Thomas's face if he loses the match, having played a 1 PR to a 0.5. How brutal. Oh, man.
Well, we need
What
to
a
confirm
result.
the numbers. The difference is
Yeah.
so close.
Oh, another forced
Oh,
play.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus
So,
plus court
big
could
roll.
affect it. What if
He
it
needs a
went to plus?
deuce? No.
Yeah. It could go to plus plus court and turn out that
Yeah,
Thomas
yeah,
did the win
yeah.
PR battle. That's crazy. Yeah, what is Thomas's average PR over 2 matches is going to be under 1, right? Isn't it? Or no, it's going to be right around 1? 'Cause
Yeah.
he played 1 last match and okay, opens up the ace. This
Yeah.
is yeah, for sure.
Probably like 1.3 or something.
That's amazing. No ace. He's rooting for Michi, but he's got the untraditional coup attempt possible here.
Yeah, it's not over yet. Michi
Yeah.
can roll an ace here.
Yep. That's what he needs. Doesn't have much board to do anything with, but it'll still help him save a gammon. I guess just about anything should leave a shot other than a set. I guess the ace is just as good as anything here. You're not trying to win, and
Wow.
oh man.
Can you believe this? 0.5 against 0.95. And Michi did win the match and PR
Oh my
and
gosh.
won the semifinal, I think. But we need to confirm the numbers because this is such a close match.
Way
you know?
too close to not
Yeah,
plus it.
yeah. So this is not decisive. However, it's likely that Michi won the match.
They've got the news. I can tell by the faces here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so brutal. Oh man.
Wow.
I hope the Danes are lining up to give Thomas hugs. He's gonna need them. He's on watch tonight. That's a pretty rough result.
It's also very impressive that how look at the heartbeats. You know, Michi got 122 now.
I didn't even notice that. Yeah.
No, I
That's
mean
wild.
the first match Michi played really bad. He showed his
Yeah.
worth, right?
Yeah.
Now he comes
Really
back
unlucky
to
for
1
him too.
point.
Yeah.
Like as if
Yeah.
nothing happened.
Yeah.
This is true professional. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree that he didn't let that rattle him and still comes back and plays his best game in this one. Yeah, cleans up. We talked about that it could have the potential to negatively impact him, right? To make him sweat his game more than he needs to, right? But he knows he can play. He knows he's in there and just needs to pay a little more attention. But so in all likelihood, we've got an all Japanese final, and then
Wow.
all Japanese competition later in Monte Carlo. Then that's really something. That's impressive. What an exciting match. Well, I think we'll get to some interviews. We'll figure out if this plus if we can confirm this result. Probably bring the players in here to chat in a short little while here too. But for now, I think we'll probably take a short break and get back to y'all with results and an interview. So, yeah, thank you guys and see you real soon. Wow.
Wow.
Stood in a world of vines, you were still so lovable in this light. Take on the winds tonight as our bursting garden shoots intertwine. The creature comforts when we're cold, a cocoon to curling cuddle folds. When the creatures cover up our shoulders, enveloped, we almost forget to breathe. The stones lay in flower beds, you arranged and rearranged them to fit. It's creative fingers green, like the perfect mother I'd ever seen. A creature comforts when we're cold, a cocoon to curling cuddle folds. And when the creatures cover up our shoulders, enveloped, we almost forget to breathe.
Now
Hey everybody, we're back here. I've got Michi with me and Thomas Christensen. Still waiting on ultimate confirmation that the result is, but we think Michi won it on that 0.5 PR to 0.95 in the final game, winning that one. What exciting stuff. We started to talk about positions. We'll get to some of that too, but how you guys feeling about it?
Exhausted.
Me too.
Even though I only played 2 matches today, but I used a lot of energy just thinking it through stuff, and I gave it my best, and it seems like it wasn't quite enough, but it felt good playing. It was really a good experience. I think we both played well, and it was intense. I liked it, but.
Awesome.
I would have liked to win.
Of course.
Yeah. Especially Thomas, you played very well in both matches.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's very impressive.
I think that's part of the format that the 1 point for the victory counts as well. And of course, winning the first match would have made me a huge favorite if I could have kept the PR and win. Mm-hmm. But the first match was very close, also very interesting in many games, and went all the way to DMP, right? Or did it?
Yeah. You did have to win all the way at DMP.
6-0.
Right? Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, post Crawford Gammon and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you feel a big difference, Michi, between the 2 matches? Your performance came out a little different, I'm sure. Right. And there were some oversights in that first one. Were you feeling the fatigue in that one a lot, or what do you think happened?
Maybe I was a little bit excited.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not sure. In my personal feeling, I was the same person. In my first match and the second match.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it just happens to the best too. You know, I think it's really interesting to see that like 2 of obviously. The second match you showed your true like robot form, right? Just don't make mistakes, but it can happen in there.
Yeah, maybe if you check my heart rate, you will find.
We did see that it was sparking quite a bit at the very end of the match there. Yeah, there were moments. Both of you stayed pretty cool in general, though. You know, it's impressive. There was actually you thought forever in the. I think what was it in the
second match?
No, there was a recube decision in like the first game in the first match. Let's start pulling these up because I'll come to there. Where there was a moment where finally Michi decided not to recube to 8.
Oh yeah,
on like a nearly dib. And then as soon as he made that decision and rolled, both of you jumped up watching whether it was going to be a double or not. Yeah, of course. There's a big sweat on that one, right?
Wow.
Was it in this two-way? Yeah. Right. I think it was, right before he rolls the set right here.
Oh, it was a big pass, the folk cube?
Oh.
This right here. Michi thought, do you remember this? We should go back and look at that again too. But this was a very interesting one. Of course, I assume you're doing like match equity calculation. What'd you come up with on this one? How'd you decide to make this decision?
Honestly, I was a little bit confused.
Yeah.
So, I tried to have the exact number, but I'm not sure. I don't know why. I was not so crystal. I don't have the exact answer. But in my feeling, if I just win the game without redoubling, still I'm in a good position for 2. So
that's a big factor. That the real gain you're getting is only 35% match equity over where you get otherwise. 65-35 favorite. But Thomas is asking about this recube decision here too.
Yeah, I thought it was. I couldn't understand why you took it. It was just. I think if you count the rolls, I have. I don't. I let's say I rolled something like a 5-1, which I did, and then it's. Then I have 3 checkers off, and you only have 6 checkers off, so you need to bring it around really quickly to have a chance.
Yeah.
And it seemed like you were just too far behind. It's like one of the best sequences for me to roll a double 5 because then I get a speedboard and you fan. So I thought it was just But of course, the score is a little. What's the take point of the score?
Yeah, we were talking about that as we got
Yeah.
there.
I think
go
take point is like 19%.
Live cube, it says down to 17 we have, dead cube 26, so practically is probably like 18, 19 range. Yeah. So it's lower
Yeah.
for sure. And that is actually really, I mean, I don't know how you estimate the winning chances and know that you're, if you know the take points around here. But I guess the liveness of the cube is a little suspect here too, right? It's going to be tough to get a strong redouble in here. So, yeah, that's a tricky one. Must have been very close.
Yeah. So, but for you, it's a clear pass.
Yeah, I actually thought you had less than 17%, but yeah, I was surprised you took it.
Yeah. I think we were talking about that on our approach to it, knowing that if you, depending on your board strength, if you had 1 to 2 checkers off, it was probably going to be a strong cube after a fan for money. And then we weren't sure what you would do at the score, right? But so with 2 points cleared, I think that's a big factor in it too, that you don't have to waste any time playing safe here, and it's just all coming off.
Like a
so.
speedboard, yeah.
And also, White has a speed board,
Yeah.
which
Speedboard,
is a very,
Yeah.
it's a big, huge factor.
Yeah. That's a tough decision. That's so many factors coming into play here. This is like match backgammon at its best, right? Like we have money references, and then what do you do when you get an asymmetric score on a recube? And it's just good luck. Good luck
Difficult to
calculating.
pinpoint the exact.
Yeah. Now where was
I'm
the?
happy that I found a new homework.
There you go. What was the? So this was the big one for you, Michi. And this, yeah, I remember this one. We were all amazed. I mean, Mochi's rooting for you to come around and keep alive in this, and you had this amazing turnaround to get to this place, and we rolled the escaping 3 before any cracked happened, and then, I guess you were probably just looking at numbers that covered or something like this, and just didn't notice you could lift, or what happened here?
I think I was in the another world.
Yeah.
Were you thinking about winning a backgammon? Because I thought maybe you wanted to pick up all the checkers and have some backgammon because it helps you to win a backgammon. Not that there's a huge amount of backgammon.
No, it's not for backgammon.
Yeah.
It just totally. I didn't think about lift.
Yeah, you just didn't see it.
Yeah.
That can happen a lot. You just get in your mind, you're on the road to close out, right? And you run into something like that.
It is a bit of an unusual, theme to lift.
Yes.
Like it's not something you. It happens rarely that you lift in a position like this.
Yeah. It's one of those interesting ones from the commentator booth where it's like, that was super easy to see here. But over the board, I've missed things like that. Yeah, I'm not sure why that is, yeah. You're like more focused on the more important aspects of covering and hitting and all this and escaping, and you just don't see it, Yeah, fascinating.
Yeah, and also maybe because the roll before he couldn't cover with the 6-4, then you kind of forgot that the possibility even existed. Somehow, I don't know.
Yeah. That was most of it. Were there any other plays you guys were curious about in this first match?
I thought a lot about a 6-1 where I could double hit in the outfield in the first match.
Yes. Where was that? This game?
I was. I ended up.
Yeah, here it is, right
here.
here.
Okay,
and that was correct. Yeah, and it was really big too. Yeah.
That was really a huge mistake.
Yeah.
That was okay.
This was a really interesting one, I thought too.
It was a little bit. What tricked me a little bit, and it's pretty silly, but it was that it wins so much more gammons to double hit.
Yes.
And you don't want to win a gammon.
Right. That's what we talked about.
So normally you don't want to make like a gammon seeking play.
Yeah.
But of course here it's also
it just also wins games. Yeah. No, I thought that's what was going on too. That's kind of what I would have been tricked by it or had trouble with it too. Thinking that I don't want to get tricked into making a gammonish play. It just feels like you're so oriented towards money play. Yeah.
You just want to win the game, and I thought my first instinct was just to cover and then say, okay, I cover, he fans, and then I just bring the checkers around. But then I started looking at it, the 4-2, the double 4s, the double 2s. There's many bad rolls, and if he just rolls an ace, then and then I looked at picking up 2 checkers and him rolling a 2. Then he has 3 checkers behind the 4 prime, and I still have a good anger, and I'm probably still favorite even if he hits right away. Clear favorite.
Well, really strong find. And this seemed like the theme of the match too. Is that like There might have been ones where you looked at, like, spent some clock time. You know, you both got really low on your bank in the first match, of course. But ultimately, you just tended to find the right play, you know, so impressive stuff.
So probably, if it's not a double hit, like we move one check from the 14 point to 13 point,
the two back?
still hitting.
Still hitting, probably.
Might be,
Yeah.
Just not to crunch.
Yeah, that's a good
You're
variation
actually a bit
there.
afraid to crunch. It's like you jump a prime somehow when you
Yeah.
make it.
Let's hop to, unless there's any other ones in that first match you guys want to look at, we'll hop to the second.
Let's do that.
Cool, okay. And that was the big one here, the big sequence I thought was this, the double twos and then cube action.
it is too good.
Yeah, you were
Okay.
just borderline. Yeah. You were giving the crowd a good sweat. You could have given about half of what Michi gave you back in the average PR race on this decision. Been very likely to lose that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, we talked about this a little bit before we actually got streaming too, like the little bit of extra psychology in having spent so much time finding your best play on this double twos, right? It was like you invested so much in it.
I had a discussion with Dirk Schiemann about that the other day, that when you invest a lot of time finding the right play and you don't think about the cube that is coming, if you spend a lot of time, you feel like you're committed to the position somehow. It's hard to just let it go for all that work. You just pass the cube. And then in this position, there was also another factor that I wasn't sure why Michi was thinking. So I thought maybe he wanted to make sure it's good enough to double. I don't know why. But maybe of course he was thinking too good and trying to trick me. I don't know. But I ended up just 14 pips and the contact favors him. So I thought pass. But if I have the 22 anchor, I can take, I guess.
Oh yeah.
But that's a pretty big difference.
Right. That is a common thing. You start to look at these and think, well, I could just roll an ace before I get attacked and have an anchor, and then I have a take, right? And so maybe it's a take.
And I'm close to 25%. So
Yeah. You can win this for
I
sure.
can easily win.
Yeah, I see it. What else happened in this first one too? I'm trying to remember.
I made some mistakes in the prime versus prime, the 3-2.
I don't think any big ones in here. Yeah, I mean, he goes.
Oh, that's
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about here.
the one where I moved to the ace. I thought that was a brilliant play.
Yeah, no, I liked it. I thought it was a really neat play too. Do you see it? Here it is.
Yeah,
Here
that
it is.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought my plan was I hit him, and then I want, and I go to the ace, and then I want him to roll an ace. I want myself to fan. I want him to never roll a 2, and then I can win the game.
I think that's an awesome idea.
That was my plan.
Actually, it does pan out too. Looking at the numbers, you do win more. You had the right idea, but giving up 12% more gammons.
We thought it's the DMP play, but I thought gammons they don't matter so much.
That's what I was thinking about too. Yeah, on the 4 cube, the gammon value drops quite a bit, so black still, but they are almost
pretty
at
high
full
for him.
pull.
Yeah, still pretty high for him. So I should have thought more about not losing a gammon.
But we were talking about that a lot too. That reduced gammon price here is very confusing in this. Yeah.
What?
This caused
it cost me. And actually, it's fair enough because I didn't really consider 9-4. I thought it was just.
biggest blunder.
Oh yeah, that is a fascinating consideration. But she's saying
blunder.
Theo, that was worth half of his
Japanese
equity.
blunder.
Yeah. So we have, I mean, we're getting results in finally, and we're confirmed that Michi has won in the second one with a .48 against .96, and it's the first match in UBC history now where both players have played under a 1. Combined PR of that's amazing. That's just crazy. So congratulations, Michi. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's an awesome job.
Yeah, you've
Thank
been
you, Thomas.
you've been really down and out a few times in this tournament. Also with I feel you have a good karma now to win it. But let's see.
That's amazing. Yeah. You came into the last four very easily.
Nothing is easy in this tournament, but it was easier for me than for you. Sure.
Right. That is amazing. Like you had to survive the tie break to get into day 2.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't remember what the results at the end of day 2 were, but made it here, of course. Hideaki, the other finalist, just .05 PR ahead to win that PR wild card, right, to get in there too, and had no hope on the actual points winning too, right? So tough road for both of you, but
Yeah,
now we have an all-Japanese final as well as an all-Japanese competition for the Ultimate Backgammon Challenge or champion when we get there too.
Strong
So, yeah.
backgammon.
Right, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
How does that make
But-
you feel as a Dane right now? I gotta ask you that, Thomas.
I'm looking forward to seeing the final. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but of course
Yeah.
I would have liked to.
Right, right.
to
No,
win
it was a
myself.
great performance to you too, Thomas. You did awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff here.
Yeah,
playing
it's
in a
amazing,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Crazy stuff. Well,
It feels a little better when you feel that you did your best and then
Oh,
go
of
out.
course.
Like if you feel that you really screwed up. Of course, this 3-2 I could have played better, but it's like I wasn't even close to finding the right play. Anyway.
right, right. Very difficult. Very difficult.
I'm very curious that how you prepared for this event.
I thought my greatest weakness was the cube, because I never really studied the cube. So for the first time in my life, I started studying cube actions before the event.
Is it the first time?
Yeah, it's not like I never looked at cubes, but I never studied it like systematically before. So I looked at all my cube errors and tried to find some patterns, and I think I found some patterns.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't.
Wow.
I played a lot better with the cube this tournament than I normally do.
Oh.
My checker play is normally pretty good, but the cube action is not maybe quite below Mochi's, for example. So I thought that was like the low-hanging fruit for me to study the cube action to improve in that point. Much more to gain there than in the checker play. So that was just basically my preparation, just and studying 7-point match equity as well. Take points, 4-cube, gammon values and stuff. But
Those are
that's
very
a part of
challenging.
the same area as
Yeah,
a
yeah.
cube.
That's
So,
fascinating to me.
What about yours?
So I had my own notebook, which has my knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah, you
So I
have like an electronic notebook.
Yeah, on my Kindle. Yeah. So
Okay.
I made it by Word, Microsoft Word.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I put it into my Kindle. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a notebook, but with the pictures of positions
Yeah.
as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a 100 book, and each page has one position. Yeah.
It has 100 pages, and each
Yeah.
page has one
Yeah.
position. Okay.
Oh. Very similar to what I think Mochi told us he does
Mhm.
too. You guys have your couple hours of study material that you use for a tournament.
Yeah. So
very
before
wise,
every
yeah.
tournament, you go through this.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
didn't do anything out of the ordinary for this tournament. It was just your normal preparation is to look through the 100 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And I always update my notebook.
Okay. Yeah. After
Yeah.
each tournament,
Yeah.
you learn something new.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Well, thanks so much, you guys. Reminder out to everyone watching, please like and subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends and everything like that. It helps us keep stuff like this going. Thanks for joining in and watching, and congratulations to our semifinals champ making it onto the finals tomorrow. And good luck in your match tomorrow. And thanks, everybody.
Stood in a world of vines. You were still so lovable in this light. Take on the winds tonight as our bursting garden shoots intertwine. The creature comforts when we're cold. The cocoon to curling cuddle folds. When the creatures cover up our shoulders, enveloped, we almost forget to breathe. The stones laying flower beds, you arranged and rearranged them to fit. It's creative fingers green first when we're caught.